Welcome to Chronic Curiosity, where real people have real conversations, driven by curiosity to discuss this life in hopefully an intriguing way. Social media and the internets have woven their way into our lives and psyche, so we'd like to slow it down and be genuine and enjoy this foreign thing called conversation. Heck, most of the time, I don't even know what we're going to talk about. We may highlight things our guests have going on, or it may just be us, Tony, Cass, and myself. Often our conversations can swing from one topic to the next, relationships to conspiracies, mental health to ancient civilizations, politics to aliens. But if you're curious enough, they can all connect. But one thing we'll certainly like to do is to connect with you, the listener, by discussing things that you can connect with and discussing things that make you curious enough that you didn't think you could connect with. So we hope you enjoy your time with us and appreciate the time you're spending with us, because we understand that that's one thing you can spend but never make more. In addition, if you do enjoy our show, we hope you could take a minute to show your support. Following and liking our channel on whatever platform you're listening to is greatly appreciated. And it doesn't cost you anything except the calories to, clickety-click. And remember, share it with a friend. We love growing this network and hearing from everybody. We also have a website that is linked in the description, chronic-curiosity.com. That's a store where you can pick up some fun, curious merchandise, not to mention some of the most comfortable and curious t-shirts ever, as well as a donate button if you just want to help us and support the show. We appreciate your ears and interaction. Thank you once again. Welcome to Chronic Curiosity. Open mind required. Raw human interaction. Inevitable. And here we go.
Little verb on 9, please.
Alpha, Lima, Tango. Good. Yep.
I can control them individually as we go. Are you good, Miles?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mr. Smiles.
We got to have this over here. How did that start? Smiles. I know we were texting.
Yeah, I think it was something along the lines of, I don't know.
You spelled my last name wrong or something?
No, I did not spell your. Maybe.
No.
Maybe
you spelled it right, but I was giving you shit about it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. And then I just made the joke about you being Smiles, and you were like, "God damn it! If you start calling me that,
well."
So then I started calling you that.
Yeah, it's fine. The paper factory I worked at right out of high school, there was a Korean woman, and she couldn't pronounce my name. I mean, I guess it's pretty hard to pronounce Miles. I don't know, but she would always call me Smyry.
Phonetically, that I don't know how that language works.
I know it's tricky, and I would always ask her about my I'm like, hey, what does that thing mean? Like, oh, that's not Korean, or whatever. But
do you know what it means?
Roast beef. I don't know what the hell it means. It's supposed to mean.
It's supposed to.
Okay, so I got that tattoo. There was a girl that I was in love with when I was 18 years old in high school, right out of high school, and she had a kid, and
she had a kid before, she had after.
It was after,
during.
No, not during.
I was like, are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah, the child is not mine.
The kid is not your son.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, but I regret that tattoo so much. Yeah, it's her kid's name, and I was such well, if I get this, she's going to fall in love with me more, and she's going to want to be with me, and just being stupid 17 years old, 18 years old.
So it didn't work out?
Obviously, no, it didn't work out. Yeah, unfortunately.
Not even after the tattoo?
No, look what
bitch.
Yeah. I even told her about it, too, and it was one of those things I did this to my body, and you can't even be with me anymore. And then just
You didn't say that.
Oh yeah, I did. I did. Yeah, I was a little fucking freak, dude. Not freak, but just even after breakups, you go into a dark place. Well, not you, me.
How old were you?
18, I think at that time, 19.
That's a dark place fast.
Well, yeah. Well, even after breakups or whatever, just like I don't do this any. I mean, I'm married now, but no, just like cruising past their house, seeing what they're doing, and then getting on your phone and calling, and then like what I wanted to see, like the silhouette of them going, whatever. I'm not talking to them, but no.
We talked about that last time.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
That ain't my truck in her drive.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I didn't know if I talked about that last time.
No, that's all right.
We
talked about a lot of things last time.
Yeah, and if I repeat myself,
it's
say,
okay.
Hey, dude,
it's all right. You can say whatever you want, Miles. Good.
I haven't seen you at Wolfies yet, dude.
I have not been to Wolfies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's why.
I go there and I'm just looking around. I go,
yeah,
just waiting.
We have the Wolfies challenge at work just because for whatever reason the food just goes through everyone. So it's who can eat it and not shit their pants first. It's called the Wolfies challenge.
I don't eat their food there.
Yeah, he's like, I knew that. Dumb
I had their wings a couple times, but I've been having like bad acid reflux. I went to the doctor. I'm on gastroesophageal GERD. Yeah. I'm on that shit.
I'm on that shit.
Yeah, I'm on that shit. I'm on that pantoprazole or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm on that old person shit.
Yeah, I'm on those 25.
No, it's effective. It works.
Yeah, it helps me out. I'm on those Zols, man. 25 millis. So yeah, because I kept like the last time I was here, I was telling you guys that I went in for like chest pains and shit like that, and I thought I was having a heart attack, and it was just really, really bad acid reflux. And my doctor, he was saying like, "Do you feel burn?" I never felt burning in my chest, but it was just like tight and like I had that like lump in my throat, and he put me on that, and it helps out. And then once it started helping out, I went, "Fuck this! I don't got to take it anymore."
Oh yeah, that's not one thing. Hey, I'm doing this thing. It's helping me. That means I'm good.
And then I stopped, and then
you're not so fine.
Yeah, not so fine. Then I started it again, but when I stopped, I started having more chest pains again, and then that started leading to like anxiety that I was having, and then my doctor put me on hydro. So it's for
hydrochlorothiazide.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
I love this game.
This is fun.
It's
I feel like I'm at Jeopardy. I'm losing.
I play it with the correction officers all the time. They try and pronounce medications.
Yeah.
I'm like, Chip, what does it start with? And I rattle off 3 things. I'm like, that's it.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
What is it? Tylenol? Tylenol? Yeah. Tylenol? Yeah. Okay,
that's it. Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Samsonite.
Yes. I was way off.
Fred used to pronounce acetaminophen because he would sing it in the song.
Oh yeah,
acetaminophen.
Who it was?
Sounds like a Lil Wayne song.
No, it's a Jack White. The White, was it White Elephant? What's their band name? Where it was him and his sister.
White Stripes.
White Stripes.
Yeah, White Elephant was pretty close. Yeah.
Well, they had an album cover that was like they had that elephant or something.
I never got into Jack White.
He's a pretty good guitarist.
Like now, well, younger me, I didn't get into it because it had to be fast and death and scary, and then now, yeah, exactly. And then my taste is a little refined now.
Yeah, no, they had there was an album. I think I'm piecing 2 things together. There's an album cover that had like an elephant on it or something.
Yeah, it was like a red background, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Did you just like drag an image to the desktop there, bro? Oh, White Stripes song. It was always just called Just Elephant.
Are they brother and sister?
I think that's what I thought. I don't know. Maybe they're lovers and they just told everybody they're brothers and sisters just to make it creepy. I don't know. But they're weird. But yeah, he has a song. It was called, I don't remember what it's called, but he said it was something about acetaminophen. You see the medicine. And he made it like rhyme.
Nice rhyme.
And he made it work, but it was like, oh, that's clever. I get it.
Yeah, all those all those drugs. I don't. What's the sleeping pill one? Diazepam? No, it's an over the counter sleeping medication.
Doxylamine succinate. It's Unisom. Or diphenhydramine. Which is Benadryl.
Okay, well,
but they do use that for sleeping. So diphenhydramine or doxylamine succinate are the 2 over the counters.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with Unisoms.
Okay.
Did you ever know anybody that like abused Unisoms?
Me.
That makes 2 of us.
I like the
Yeah,
extra.
I'm out of this
Terrible,
island, guys.
terrible idea.
The extra strength ones, man. Like I got to a point where I would do so much of them. Like I would mix sleeping pills with drinking, and then like I found out like you could die from that, and I go, ain't fucking nobody dies from that. But then you see these things like didn't Michael Jackson die? No, he was
Propofol.
propofol, yeah,
Propofol, yeah.
because he didn't want
I'll
to
go all day long.
Yeah, I like this. I do. I like this kid. This is fun.
Yeah,
I like
because
this.
he just didn't want to fall asleep.
Why you look so concerned over there?
Publicly, Jack and Meg from White Stripes,
Yeah.
both 30, claimed to be brother and sister, even though a Detroit newspaper blew their cover a couple years ago, revealing them to be actually ex-husband and ex-wife, married in 96, divorced in 2000.
Yeah, but those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Oh,
Just saying.
he's referring to incest.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. Some places that's legal. Some places that's mandatory.
Why does it always go hillbilly when people think incest? Why does it go there?
Yeah, I was thinking like some cultures where it's just I don't know. I'm not versed in that enough. But yeah, the unisom stuff. Why'd you said I never did them with alcohol because it was one of those things like that we like resort. There was like a last resort that we couldn't get alcohol or weed or anything else. So it was like, well,
I did it
CVS
because
got unisoms and I need to sleep. Not
I did it because I just wanted to get more and more fucked up.
okay.
But then like you got to try to fight going to sleep, and then that's when you start to hallucinate.
Yeah, right.
And that's the best. And you throw a little liquor and a little beer in there,
Oof, I can't imagine that.
and it's like your mind. Oh,
Could have thrown some dextromethorphan in there too.
I could have, yeah.
I don't know what that is, but let's
Little-
play that game. What's that?
Robitussin.
Oh yeah, robo tripping. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Dexta. What was it again?
dextromethorphan.
It's best not to try.
It's no.
Yeah.
I want to like Dexter, my sore hand, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to remember it.
But like yeah, like my mind would work, but like my muscles and stuff wouldn't want to.
It's kind of detached.
Yeah, like I knew my arms were moving, but they were involuntary movements, or like I guess the spasms or whatever. And it was so much fun, but
I thought it was terrible.
oh,
I mean,
loved
but it was terrible. But it was still one of those things like I not needed to do it, but I wanted to do it just because it was like I got to fix somehow. Don't do this at home, kids.
Was it to fight sleep? Like, what is, if you take it just by itself and it's supposed to help you fall asleep, how do you use it?
Well,
like,
you have to overdose on
recreationally?
it.
Oh.
Basically,
basically
you overdose on it, then you stay awake, and then you start hallucinating and seeing all types of.
And it's
I had
fun.
I had like a half an hour conversation with a buddy, the one time. He wasn't there. yeah, I see some weird stuff on it.
Yeah, I was staring at a lamp to the point like it was blue when I thought it was a Smurf that I was talking to.
Oh,
It was great.
yeah, no, do not. It's terrible. I'm sure it's probably taken at least 5 years off my life. It's not a good idea. But I remember at the time, because I was like young in high school. I had a buddy over and we were hanging out doing it, and I told my girlfriend at the time, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed early. And me and my buddy were hanging out, and she saw it, like drove past, did the drive past the house
you
thing,
got to.
and saw that like my buddy's truck was there, and she like stopped by. And I opened the door and like just a crack because I was just
Off a
gone.
fucking Unisom?
Yeah, it was gone.
How much you take?
It was like 12.
Holy fuck, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was only at
it was
like
terrible. I was a dumb teenager, Tony. If you haven't,
so
if you
was
haven't figured
I.
this out yet. But I like opened the door and she's like staring at me, and I just go, "What?" Then she's like, I thought you were going to bed early. I was like, yeah, Tommy stopped over.
You
and-
stupid bitch. I'm not going to bed or
No, I was just like, Tommy stopped over and he wanted to get something to eat. So we got something to eat. And I just closed the door.
It's always Tommy's fault.
I just like
Tommy's
walked
fault.
away.
Yeah, I would
The
take,
next day she was like, what the fuck was that all about? I said, I don't know. God, your guess is as mine.
yeah, I would just take him and drink, and then like I got to a point where like my friends would call me and go, "Hey man, the last time you took Unisom and drank, like what did you stop at?" Like I was the
gauge.
Yeah.
The litmus.
The-
The litmus test.
oh well, Miles did 6, and then he drank 4 beers. He took 2 shots. That's fine, but man, a little bit of venom will fucking get you. So
Yeah,
It-
don't
yeah,
do that.
anyone listening to this, just don't do
don't.
any
Oh,
of
please,
this.
yes.
Don't. It's terrible. I can legitimately say it was a terrible idea, and I wish I hadn't done that.
but look at him, he's alive. Well, you know,
Sort of.
I rolled the
For
dice,
the
and
most part.
yeah, I have all these health problems now. But when I was 20, I didn't.
Yeah, it was
you know.
great. I don't know. Cause or effect?
Yeah.
Mm.
Cause cause or effect.
The fact that Tony is speaking the most reasonably right now.
Yeah, we're in trouble, guys.
Yeah, probably because
This ship is sinking fast.
probably because he could have gotten a hold of real drugs when he was in high school.
I didn't say a word.
Yeah. Okay. That's you know what? Little piece comes out every episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the naming off of prescription medication. That's dope.
He knows. He said those big words, right?
Yeah.
I have to know those though.
Yeah. But last time you said that he knows how to pronounce big words.
That is
You
true.
just proved it. You just proved yourself wrong. You do all types of them. Oh man. Ooh. Once again, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, well, city streets, remember?
Yeah. I'm a dune buggy.
Fuck them. I was cracking up about that last time. You know what's a fun drinking game to do if you listen to the last time I was on here? Every time I say take a shot.
Ooh.
Dude, I was machine gunning likes constantly. Like, I see.
I don't think I have enough bourbon for that. man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like. It's just constantly. Like, just fuck, man. I should have never done this
Because now you're really
You're gonna think about it the
Yeah.
entire time.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I want to say it so bad right now, but I can't.
Don't do it.
Which
Bud Light, please.
He brought those tall boys. I got my own special beers that I brought. It's right there off the left side.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
I got a fucking grunt to throw things away. I need to lose weight, man.
It's like that. You seen that? Was it like How to Get Old? Like the commercial. I can't remember. It's like a commercial for car insurance or something like that. But it's like practicing getting old, and they have like you practice like grunting like as you like sit down in a chair. It's like or like getting up. They're like,
yeah.
Oh, that was a good job, Bob. Like,
I grunt when I turn the steering wheel. Look at that. Come on. It's pretty grunting.
I saw. I think you'll appreciate this.
I'll appreciate
I just thought of
everything.
this.
All right.
The other day, I was in a parking lot somewhere, and I saw this like, you know how like have you ever seen like you've been driven like a big like semi truck or dump truck? They have the big steering wheels, and they have like the knob.
Okay,
that
yeah.
swivels on them to help you with the leverage.
highly legal.
What do you mean?
Dude, you can't. That's against the law to have those mounted on a steering wheel. The
Is it?
suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
What's since when?
Ever? I think?
Ever? Yeah.
They're fantastic, but I'm pretty sure
Really?
they're illegal. Yeah. Look it up, Cass.
What is it called?
Oh, suicide
It's
knob
called-
for
Is
the.
it called? Really? Because there was like
yeah.
old
I would
school-
like to have that steering wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome, but no, I think they're illegal.
Really?
Yeah, because your hand can slip off of them.
Well, your hand can slip off
I
the
know.
steering wheel.
I know. I'm not saying I agree with it.
No kidding. I didn't realize. Well, because I have driven trucks that like that. That was like this. That was
Yeah.
how the steering wheel was made.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could be
goodness.
wrong, but I've heard that before. That
I've heard it too.
that they're illegal.
Really?
You're right.
We may debunk this myth,
Oh.
or we may
No kidding.
Fuck that noise. It's
corroborate
right.
it.
Yeah, it's like a knob on a steering wheel. It's like, yeah, I didn't realize that was. I've never heard that. Yeah, because I drove all types of semi or dump trucks and stuff in that. That was just because it gives you leverage with one hand. You can,
Mhm.
you know, your teeth.
What
Are you
doing with
like
that other
this?
hand, bro?
Are
Yeah.
you like
I'm like,
this?
what are you doing with
the
that
knob-
other hand?
The knob's just. Yeah.
No, I mean, it looks dirt, but like that's how I drive
You
those
grab it like-
knobs. Yeah, I grab it
Oh,
like
I grab from the top, like just like three
the
fingers.
3 finger.
Yeah,
No, I
just-
can't.
Three knuckler.
No kidding.
Maybe because I have tiny hands, I can't palm the.
But I got small hands.
I do have small hands.
It must be per state, but Ohio, there's no rules against
Ooh.
knobs on
Oh.
steering wheels.
Okay.
So it's
See-
illegal in some states, though.
The way that it's worded, it seems
I got
like
It's
you.
it.
it's illegal in
Do
blue
they
states.
have like a name for it?
Steering wheel knob.
Steering wheel knob.
I'm buying one today.
Yeah. So anyway, so I
Fred's really excited to get this out.
well no because but God damn it, Miles.
It's all right.
So like I saw like it was like a makeshift one on this steering wheel. It looked like it was like taped on and stuff. I'm like, look at this fucking like look at this guy. Like, what is this guy doing? And then I realized he only had one arm. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, I'm an asshole. Like and then I was like, oh, it's actually pretty clever. Like, how you gonna like that'd be difficult, you know, if you only have one arm to
and then like putting it in gear.
yeah.
or-
So I was like, okay, because it gives you something really quick, you know, quick purchase, as it were. You know. And I was like, oh, like, but it was like one of those moments where I'm like, look at this asshole. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, I'm the asshole. That's actually pretty clever for that guy to think.
it's
to
really
do that.
convenient too.
It is.
The knobs, I love it.
Well, because I always made sense with, like, when you get in those big trucks, that the steering wheel's so damn big to try to turn. It's like I'm
And the power steering's out too.
Yeah, it's like I'm steering
Yeah.
a goddamn yacht, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing this? I'm not on a
Turn
sailboat.
it to port.
Yeah.
Boats and hose.
That's right.
But are you going to invest?
I can't be out in the open ocean.
No.
I did it. Me and my buddies went to South Carolina. We went deep sea fishing, and it didn't help probably that we drank so much like Jaeger and whiskey and all that stuff, and then we went out in the fucking murky waters way out deep. I know it's probably, you can still see the land. It was like 2 miles off the fucking coast or something. But
It's always out there.
yeah, we went out there, and it was a charter fishing trip, but you couldn't cast out. You could just, they had all the fishing poles up, and you could just release and it dropped. But then there was
They
like
call it
Trolling.
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 the
Yes.
boat was stationary in the ocean. Like it just sat there.
Oh,
I think
I don't know anything about fishing. So.
Neither do I. You had to throw it out and then you'd fucking catch one.
Drink
Oh, cool.
a couple beers.
Yeah, it's sweet. But then the captain of the boat had 2 of these like meth head first mates or whatever. Like, you know, like the stringy hair, and they smelled like cigarettes, and their skin was like boiling, like just burnt. Well, like really, really tan.
Those are 2 very different things,
Yeah.
Miles.
Nicely tan, nice olive colored skin. But he had free range over the whole boat, and he caught this gigantic sailfish.
Had a big sail in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was this old ass bitch she goes, I don't know the difference between a swordfish and a sailfish. And then my buddy Mike, he's like, yeah, the sailfish has the gigantic sail on the back of it. But that's besides the point. So we're out, we're past the breakers, and then you're feeling that motion going on. I'm feeling it.
Motion of the ocean.
It is, yeah. And then I started like feeling it in my stomach. I go, oh fuck this. And I go and I'm going over to the bathroom. I open the door, and it's a toilet. That's it.
Right.
And I close the door, and I'm just like bracing myself on the side, and then I just start spraying fucking everyone, just a wild fireman's hose, just all over the place. And they didn't have paper towel. They had the like diaper wipes, like an individual.
Yeah.
And like I'm taking them like a little 6x, just like the water, but it's that water when you press it.
Yeah, you have to like press.
You gotta
squirt the water out.
No.
Oh.
But like if you hit it, it doesn't like slowly go. You hit it, you go, and then it stops. So
Right.
you have to have the one hand on it. It's going like that, and then I just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna blame it on somebody else." And then
Yeah, that's where you walk out and you go, man,
Yeah.
someone destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell?
I go
Would have been
back.
nice to tell somebody about that.
Yeah, excuse me, boiling skin, sir. You need to go in here and clean this. It's a tan, dickhead. So like I go, there it is again. Like I go back. I go back in where they had seats. It looked like a cafeteria inside the main place of it. I don't know. And I just
hall?
go hall.
The
Yeah,
hall is a
the base. My dad calls it a basement.
Of the
To that
boat.
on his boat, he calls it a basement. There ain't no fucking hallway on this boat. It's a goddamn basement. It's a hall, Dad. Yeah, fuck you. But no, whatever.
It's you.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I go and I go back in there, and ever since I was little, when I had a stomach ache, I always felt better when my legs were angled up, like not like up,
Right.
spread wide,
Just
because I thought like
Elevated.
it was like a triangle, like my head's here,
Oh, it's
torso, legs,
oh, so
feet.
knees.
My knees were up,
Knees were
like a
elevated.
triangle, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
And I thought,
that
like
was
when
a
I was
good
little,
idea.
no, and ever since I was little, it's like, oh, because it's kind of like an M, and my name's Miles. That's why I had this
Oh.
divine intervention. Like it was
Okay.
so.
I see where this is going.
Yeah. So I was laying down in the hole.
The hole. Yeah.
Tony, hole or hall? Holdrodiaxophene. That's what it is. But it didn't make me feel better, and for some reason I had this strange craving for Pepsi One or Coke Zero, and I go up
Who has cravings for Pepsi One or Coke Zero?
when I'm throwing up all over the place.
Really? That's your go-to?
At that time it was.
Okay.
I just wanted a diet. What's the sugar in it that's not really sugar?
Aspartame.
Aspartame. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is also found in Tylenol, which is also, it's not really.
That was aspirin. If you get
Aspirin.
aspirin.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
But yeah, this guy caught this gigantic, whatever it was, swordfish or sailfish. And him and his two of his friends were just going across the whole side of the boat. Yeah, and we're catching these, my friends are catching just little bullshit fish. Like,
Yeah, you were laying down with
yeah,
your
just,
knees in a triangle.
and just regurgitating and just slowly, what the fuck?
I just wanted you to know
What?
that they actually recommend that is the proper setup. So
Yeah.
is that where your knees up like that? Because they sell these stools, and that's how you're
I think-
supposed to
I think
actually
you're
have a
saying
I'm just
Right.
talking,
balance.
like, when
You're supposed to be laying down.
I'm laying
You're
down.
laying down.
I'm
But
not
are your
taking a
knees
shit
pulled up
when I
like
was,
that?
what was that?
But are your knees pulled up like that?
I-
If you were on your
Imagine
back?
her
on her back.
on
her
her
back.
back.
Right. So that's how they say, like, that's the proper positioning for like your colon and whatnot. So if you were laying down and that made you feel better, that's because that's how it's actually
because your colon's in the right spot.
they sell these. It's
So
a
as
thing.
long as my asshole's in the right spot,
That's what it is.
Mhm. I just
It's aligning your colon with your
these
pituitary
are becoming
gland.
extremely popular.
oh, squatty potties.
Yes.
Squatty potties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
It's fine. That's the
Sorry.
story. I mean, he caught the big fish. We were all pissed off because we caught little fish, but we were all taking pictures beside the big fish like we caught it. Yeah, that was the end of that one. But
You put
squatty,
it on MySpace.
yeah, MySpace. We
Oh, Mr. Miles.
did you have your top 8 or top 10 on random? Because I always got offended when I wasn't on my friend's number one.
See, I didn't really have much of I knew it existed. I just remember that MySpace was a thing, and I think I might have had one, kind of. But the only reason I remember it is because I remember I had a buddy that was in college that was quite a few years older than me, and that was like right when Facebook came out, and it was only like for college people.
Yeah.
And I remember like he was like, "Oh, this is my Facebook." I'm like, he's in college, thought I was all cool, and like showed me his Facebook. I was like, "This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever imagined. Like, this is
Yeah.
dumb." Well, I've also said that about camera phones, and here we are. They're both running our lives now. So.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean they're not dumb though. Still,
Well, yeah, but now it's like every single time I'm like, "That's stupid," I go,
Should
"Wait
I
a minute, invest in it." I did the same thing with Bitcoin when I heard it come out years and years ago. I'm like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard," and so I'm slowly learning.
Cardboard boxes. That's what you need to invest in.
Cardboard. Why?
There's this guy that I talked to. He's in his 70s, and he's heavily into the stock market. When I go out to the bar, he usually comes there and he sits over by me and he goes, "Hey, you mind if I watch it's channel 42 on Time Warner,
CNBC?
I don't know what the hell it is. It just goes over. It's not the Mad Money guy, but it's just
The same channel or different? Something.
it just goes over stocks and
Right.
everything. So,
Old Jim Cramer.
yeah.
Shout out. Mad
Yeah.
Money.
Mad Money guy. No, he was telling me, he goes, "You got to look in the future. You got to see what the kids are wanting. Talk to your kids, see what they're liking." And he goes, I'll give you a little piece of advice. Don't invest in Amazon. Invest in cardboard boxes." And then I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because that's the way things are going. They need to ship everything, so they're going to need cardboard boxes.
More cardboard.
Amazon's
boxes.
going to grow. All these mailing companies are going to grow, and they're going to need boxes from somewhere." I didn't do shit about. I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for the free beer, dude." But then I was thinking about it. I go, "Yeah, that makes complete sense." But is he doing it? I don't know. But he's telling me like, "Yeah, I own a little bit in this, this, and this, and this." I don't know dick about the stock market.
It's complicated.
I finally found out what the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow is.
Yeah, that's a good step.
I don't know if he's bullshitting me. He's like, that's like not an average, but like the top companies in
It's a collection.
yeah.
Yeah. Of, yeah.
So he wasn't bullshitting me. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll just reaffirm. So the S&P 500 is it's funny because they call it the Standard and Poor. That's what S&P stands for.
Okay.
It's Standard and Poor 500, which is kind of silly because the 500 is the top 500 company, essentially like a collection of the top 500 companies.
Yeah.
So that's how that's like, there's obviously some mechanics that go around that, but like the NASDAQ is like more technology driven
Okay.
collection of companies, and then the Dow is like industrial, like healthcare and that type of like more
fucking healthcare.
sector.
No offense. No.
Bro, none taken.
Yeah.
I didn't create the healthcare
I know you
system.
didn't.
There's many flaws. I just try
I,
and improve it a little bit.
Off of healthcare. I am sterile finally.
That's right.
I got the
But
procedure.
the last time you were with us,
Yeah.
you walked us through
yeah.
your pre
But yeah,
your pre vasectomy
that
meeting that went via Zoom.
the thing is, like, I'll tell my experience, and somebody's gonna listen to it, and they're gonna go to their spouse, partner, girlfriend, whatever, and go, see what he went through. I ain't gonna do that, man. Shut the fuck up and do your part. Like, your wife, if she went through pregnancy and all that stuff, like, hours and hours of labor is worth your 20 minutes of discomfort. It's way cheaper. It's less invasive. It's better for you to do it than for her to get her tubes tied, my opinion.
Hey, there you go.
But
Miles, ladies.
so that being said, this is what I went through. I go to the urologist, and there was a guy there, an older guy there, and he had a nice shirt on, button-up shirt. He had shorts tucked in, or had shirt tucked into his shorts.
There was like another
I thought
patient that was like waiting, or
yeah, and then I'm being uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable, like, I gotta talk to somebody, and I was sitting 6 feet from him. That's still when coronavirus is going on, still going on.
supposedly,
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. And I go, oh yeah, your first time here, man, and he just kind of looked.
the first time.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's in his 60s, 70s, like, it's.
Oh no,
I mean,
did he have like prostate cancer or something?
Yeah, it was for a cancer screening, and I'm like,
Oh.
fuck, man. He goes, oh, I'm just, getting here screening for a prostate exam, and it was at a urologist place. And then where do you go from there? Just slapping on my legs and nothing. I didn't say a fucking word after that. It was just really uncomfortable. I went up and faked and got a drink of water from the fountain, but then I go back to my seat. I go, I can't leave him because then he's gonna know I don't want to talk to him. So I just sat down beside him, and I'm just praying for the fucking nurse to come out and Mr. Rastorfer, please come. And then the heavens answered me. I go back, then my heart's starting to pick up and everything. I'm getting really nervous. So they asked me what medication I'm on, whatever the Pantizol or whatever the hell it was. Pantizol.
I think I like that. I
Yeah,
like that better.
Pantizol and hydrochloric acid or whatever the fuck the other one was. And then they take my blood pressure. It was a little elevated, but she said that was pretty normal. And I go back to the room. I sit down, and it is fucking ice cold back here in that room. And they give me this 6x6 cloth. It's like a paper towel almost. And she goes, go ahead and disrobe from the waist down. Put this over top. I'll be in to wash you up. And so I did it. And again, I'm trying to work my dick to just be presentable, just something.
Well, I was thinking that when you said the room was super cold. I'm like, well, that's nice because then you're like, at least you're not like sweating. But then,
it like my dick did this thing, like, I don't know if it like sensed danger or something, but it just started like just going inside my body. It's like, yo,
no, don't cut me.
Fuck this. I'm out, dude. Nah, dude.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Hell no. After all we've been through, man, you're gonna put this on me? So, and like I'm mushing and rubbing and like Indian rug burn on it and just trying. I go, fuck it. Like she's seen 1,000 dicks or yeah. And I just let it be. And then she comes back in and like it's the cloth was laying on top of it, but then it's like retracting and it's like sucking the cloth in. and then I go to like to pull it up and like a little bit ripped off and it's on the tip of it and I'm just get off. And I lay back and she goes, just try to relax, Miles. Everything's fine. It's
she
okay.
can see the distress.
Yeah.
In your...
Like I'm trying to get a hard on during a vasectomy. That's what I'm trying to do. Just not even a hard on, just a
semi, something to
Something.
fluff it up.
Yeah,
so
just
like
show that
you
you
said, it won't
exist,
present
bro.
give me something. I don't. Yeah, half a foot exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look like I have 2 belly buttons. I just want it to. Yeah, where do I wash at? Yeah, it's already fucking embarrassing enough as it is, dude. So And I feel this, I'm assuming it was iodine or something. Just it was like a cold liquid, and like she's lifting it up and going everything. I go, oh my God, this is so sweet. This is awesome. And then this is it'll be a urologist. Is a urologist do a vasectomy? Yeah. He comes in, and this is the first time I've seen him in person.
I much appreciate that you look at him when you ask those
Well,
questions because you know.
Hey,
like,
yeah.
like, yeah,
Hey,
like-
puppy, what's that? Yeah.
yeah.
Let me ask the knife next time.
Ooh,
He
the
comes-
knife does do the vasectomy.
Yeah. He comes in.
Not that one.
It looked like it. He comes in, and he was a little bit late, and it's like these canned jokes that he had. He goes, sorry, I was a little late. I was watching a YouTube video on how to do it. It's fucking hilarious, dude. He grabs my scrotum, and he isolates one ball, but he's not gentle. And this is before the anesthesia or the numbing solution or whatever the hell it is. What's it called? The numbing solution. The dog. Anesthesia or
Nostalgia, something.
Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah,
something like
man, I remember what it used to feel like when my balls got touched. He isolates one of them, and I'm just looking at the ceiling, and he's pulling it and twisting it, and he goes trying to vas deferens. Thank you. He goes trying to find this vas deferens is like trying to find wet spaghetti, and he says he can't get a hold of it, and he finally finds it. And I hear it sounded like a rubber band or something. And he goes, you're going to get a slight pinch. And I go, okay. And the slight pinch just felt like when you're pulling like a hair off your butt. Just that was the least painful of it. So I get the shot. And then I hear hemostats, the clicking. And then all the noises are making me nervous. And then I am not shitting you guys. I heard and felt a pop. And I screamed, and it was like that. I go, holy God, oh my God! And he goes, it's normal. It's all right to feel some tugging and discomfort. I'm like, I just wanted to grab, I'm like, don't you fucking, this hurts, man. This really fucking hurts, dude. And then the nurse is fighting laughter. That's what it looked like. She's going. Watch it. Like all it was him just putting something on top. Anyway, so she told me, she goes, Miles, calm down. It's okay. Everything's fine. And you guys haven't had it done, right? No. It felt like the residual effects of when you got flicked in the balls.
Okay.
Like the after effects.
Right.
That's what it continued to like resonate and feel like. But the crazy part of it is like you feel something being tugged from inside of your body. Like it felt something was attached inside, and then they're pulling it. That's what it felt like. But there was still pain on my right side, and it wasn't getting any better. It was getting worse. And I mean, my gut was just covering everything up. But I would see these little poofs of smoke, and then it smelled like burnt bacon, yeah, breakfast.
That could be distressing.
Yeah, and he was cauterizing it. The vas deferens, he was cauterizing that, and I was pressing my eyes, and because I was in pain, like really really bad. And then this is the part where the guys just pause it. Hey, see, this motherfucker said that he gets paid. Like that, then they're not gonna get it. But anyways, they're gonna continue. Yeah, bitch, I ain't getting this done.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I love my balls. I don't know why they're hillbillies. Why are they hillbillies that don't want to get vasectomies? It's more funnier, I guess.
Because we don't want them to procreate with their sisters.
Sister, the incest.
Sisters,
Remember
with
the
right.
Jack White?
Yeah.
He didn't have a vasectomy. So
Full circle.
yeah. The doctor told me, he goes, all right, we got good news and bad news. And I go, okay,
Stop.
Yeah,
Bad
what-
news.
give me the bad or give me the good news, because I just wanted something. Oh, I'm sorry, going to back up. I thought I lost my vision, but it was from me like having my hands over my eyes and just pressing on my face, and then the nurse treating me like a fucking 5-year-old. I'm going to get you a cold washcloth and put it on your head. Everything will be fine. Everything. So she did that, and I go, I can't see. I can't fucking see. I can't see. But yeah, it was me pressing, and then yeah. So he's like,
Sir, you have your hands over your eyeballs.
yeah, that's what
right
it was.
now.
So Yeah, he told me, he's like, all right, we got done with one side. And I go, sweet, thank God. He goes, the bad news is there's 2 sides. And I go, fucking God damn it, man.
Since when?
Yeah, I got 2 balls. You can't squeeze in and pull the other one out.
It's
So
a
you,
double barrel.
yeah, exactly. Just one after another. Another kick to the nuts. Hey! So he goes to the other side, and I didn't feel shit in my other side. I don't know if he put more numbing stuff in me or what, but that was just a really smooth side. And then he, like, I felt the more tugging on that, and that was like the most bizarre thing of that whole experience was just feeling something being tugged on the inside. He sewed me up, and then I had my watch on at the time, and my pulse was down to 51 beats a minute. And I don't know if that's normal for some people, but a 300-pound dude, that's yeah. I sit up, and I didn't even, like, the cloth was off, and I'm naked from the waist down, and then the nurse is talking to me. She gives me a bag with a jizz cup in it, and she goes, all right, this is what you need to do. In 2 months, you're going to need to go provide a sample, bring it in. And I'm just, my face is white, and I'm just, and I go, I'm not going to remember any of this. Call this number in 2 months, and then we'll take care of it from there.
Yeah, you call me over the phone. We can take care of it while you're on the other line.
So my biggest advice in all this, get it done, but have a ride home. Don't drive yourself home.
No.
I went out to my car, and I had the AC blasting on my face. And like anytime I would put it in drive, and then I'd pull a little bit. Fuck it. Nope, not doing this. But I slammed a bunch of orange juice to get sugar. That's what the nurse told me. I need a spike in sugar or something to get things going. But yeah, just have somebody drive you. And the recovery time was 2 days, maybe, if that. The first day sucked. I mean, the day sucked. The next day, a little better. Then the second day, it's over with. And then even now, I forget I had it done. You don't
Right.
even, nothing.
I hear shooting blanks.
And I mean, everything looks the same when it comes out. Like, there's
Well,
no,
that's probably too much information that I need to know.
yeah, whatever. Yeah. My sister ain't gonna listen to it. So.
Well, I'm glad I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you
Oh, taking a semen sample into I didn't know where to do it at. The parking lot. Do it in a cup there. Do it at the house. Do it in
I would
the bathroom.
suggest the house. Is
Yeah,
that-
I mean, I was talking
doing
to
the
my
parking
wife.
lot get you into some
Yeah.
trouble.
Or the lobby.
No, sir, it's fine. I'm
The
just
police-
doing. Yeah.
They told me to.
What are you doing outside of this playground? Hey, listen, it's completely fine. It's medical.
Yeah, the doctor told me to.
Yeah. But that was humiliating carrying that in a fucking cup and a bag with a sample in it, and just sitting there and just
It's just, Aren't you? Or did you see? Aren't you glad you didn't have somebody that came in there was like you? You're like, oh, what you got there?
yeah. Oh, it's a jizz cup. You want to? Yeah.
Yeah.
First
That's-
time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my semen.
Yeah. Check it out. Look, yeah, there's nothing in there. But like maybe I had it in my pocket or something, but I just owned it,
I just
had it,
just hang
sat
out.
it right up there, tested.
You got to.
Yeah,
You just got to own it. That's what life's all about.
absolutely.
You got to own it and not be embarrassed by it because it's life. It's natural, right?
Exactly. Everybody does it.
Everybody does it. That's right. Oh man. Well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yeah. It just if it didn't work out, if I was still there was still stuff in there, if there was still swimmers in there, the doctor goes, just come back and see me again. And I told my wife,
Oh, because they test it to make sure that
yeah,
the
to
procedure
everything.
worked.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I told my wife, I go, I'm never doing this again, ever. Like, I'm not getting it reversed. If I have to do it again, I'm getting knocked out. And I'm the biggest pansy when it comes to pain. I don't like it at all. I don't have a high pain tolerance.
How'd you get tattoos?
I don't know.
Because that's a lot of pain.
Hold on. I have to ask you a question right now.
Yeah.
So he was talking about giving the sample, and then you were just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. They'd test it. Dude, what the fuck did you think he was giving the sample for originally then?
I mean, I guess I didn't really think about it. I was just too intrigued at the story about him
Oh, yeah.
jacking off in the parking lot.
I was like, dude, what did he think he was jerking in a cup for?
I wasn't thinking it all the way through yet.
But the thing,
I was so
I
curious.
mean, well,
Thanks for
touche.
bringing that up.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Now going back on it.
It just hit me. I was like, oh yeah, duh, because I got to test it to make sure I figured, to me, it's like, okay, here's like
Yeah, it's snip, snip.
yeah, here's a vein. Like,
Yeah, there
obviously,
might be
once
some
you cut
residual.
it, like, you can't, like,
Yeah.
it's like a roadway. Once you take out the bridge, so you can't cross over the bridge anymore. So I'm not, once again, I'm not the medical person. in
No,
this
I
room.
I was very curious as to why you thought he was jacking off in a cup for.
Quit
don't
making
know.
me sound like I'm this deviant fucking. I mean, I am, but it's not the first time I jacked off in a parking lot.
I didn't really
so-
think about it. I go in, sometimes they tell me to piss in a cup for some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. I don't
Wrong
think about
sample,
it.
sir. We need urine. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for the most part, I like to trust medical people, so I guess, I wasn't thinking.
The
Good question, though.
The timing of getting it in the cup and having the cup on the counter. So, like, okay, I'm getting close, like that, and then I didn't know what hand because
To try, yeah.
I'm a righty. Yeah, not a southpaw.
It's called The Stranger.
Yeah. But you got the phone up for help, and then you got the cup over here, and my bathroom's small as it is, and then like pause because it's at a good part, and then
I want to save this for later.
yeah, I might need that. But then trying to aim, and
I could find
it's like
exactly.
it looked like the old school the camera with the film
The film holders.
the film holders. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty small.
Give me like a low ball glass like that. Don't give me a
Yeah.
50-cent piece that I got to try to mush on the front and then
No, I could see that being difficult.
it was difficult. And then I didn't know if I had to freeze it.
Are
don't
they
know.
supposed to be alive still? I don't know how this works.
But then I got kind of nervous because I mean, I went raw on it, but then I'm thinking like there's probably people that use something and then there's conditioner found inside the sample and then, hey, you got VO5 and all this stuff in here. This guy's a mutant or something.
That's probably not a good idea.
No.
Yeah. I can
No,
see
you got to go raw on that stuff.
Oh, Tony, can you get me a blue one out of
Yep.
there?
I'll take one too, please.
Not the Bud Light. I want the other ones.
Oh,
I want to prove to Miles that I'm not fancy.
Oh, is it Bush?
No, it's even worse. No, not that one.
It's even
One-
worse.
yeah. It's
What's
there
worse
some-
than Bush? Natty?
No.
Milwaukee's?
I told you.
Thanks,
Last
Jeff.
time you were here, you said you had to stop and get some fancy IPAs because you thought you'd be too hillbilly if you were drinking Bud Light. So I was like, you know what?
Fucking Milwaukee.
I'll show Miles up. I'll drink some fucking Milwaukee's best ice. What's up? I'm not along with a glass of bourbon.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's okay. You got to mix them. Ah, whew. Man,
Where do we go from here?
we're that's a good question, Mr. Miles. How's life been treating you, man? It's been. It seems like it's just been not that long ago since you were here, but
Was it March?
It was like February or March, and now we're going into August.
August, yeah.
So,
I mean, going on with like the medical shit. Funny, the last time I was here, before that, when I was talking about when I went in the hospital for high blood pressure and
right.
well, not for high blood pressure, like I was getting these wild chest pains and I thought I was having a heart attack. My follow-up appointment that I had, and this is how crazy, like your mind doesn't register what the hell's going on with your body. Excuse me, while I belch in this try to be serious kind of moment. At the time, my doctor told me, he goes, I thought that they found fatty deposits on my liver.
Mm.
And then when he was talking about spots in the CT scan, that's what I was like, oh, there's shit in my liver. And he goes, well, we don't know if it's due to alcohol or if it's due to you being overweight, or it could be both. But what he was telling me at the time is there was I think it was a 7 millimeter, there was 2 7-millimeter growth or spots on my upper left lung.
Okay.
And or upper right lung. And I didn't hear that when he told me. I was just focused on liver, and he told me my liver was fine. And I chalked it up. Hey, I'm good. And there was a phone call. I was in Cleveland, and it was a couple days before me and my wife's wedding anniversary, and it's just so fucking bizarre. There's shit that always happens on me and my wife's wedding anniversary, good and bad. Just a little backstory on that. We got married May 14th. Fuck, I better hope I don't fuck that up.
Get that right.
Yeah. Let's just say 15th, whatever. 14th or 15th. I'm sorry, I've had drinks, but whatever. So we got married, and then the next year we bought our house and we moved in. So we couldn't do anything on our wedding anniversary. The year after that, let's see, that was 16, 17, 18. There was a death in her family. So we were focused on that. And the year after that, I guess the court stuff's over. I can talk about it. There was my neighbor allegedly was beating on his girlfriend. And I got home early from work that day because it was the anniversary. And dude, she came fucking running out of the house, and she had bruises and shit on her face. She had her baby in her arms, and she's beating on my car window. Please let me in, get me out of here. And I don't know if I can go into it that much, but that's what happened. I took her to the hospital, and I called Patty, and I go, hey, this is what's going on. This girl got beat. And we couldn't do anything that year, and that was in 19. And then 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. 21, 2 days before my anniversary, my doctor calls, and she says, it was not assisted, but the people that do the front end people that call for scheduling.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
The front
desk
end. Nurse or
desk
whatever,
nurse, yeah, something like that. And there was a mess. I saw it was from Avon. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it was a message. Hey, we got to get you back in to see if these spots growing on your lungs. And I go, what the fuck is this?
You said liver.
Yeah,
No.
liver. That's what I heard. And I called back, and she couldn't give me anything because she wasn't a doctor.
Yeah.
And that was so frustrating. And I go, please have my doctor call me back. And then she goes, like, there was 2 7-millimeter pulmonary nodules found on your upper right lung. So I'm Googling pulmonary nodules.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is probably the
Just-
worst thing to do.
Oh, lung
Absolutely.
cancer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went insane for those 2 days until he called me back. And then our anniversary came, and then I looked at Patty. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm freaking the fuck out. And I was telling her, I'm like, dude, I haven't smoked in 10 years. Like, I don't understand why is this happening to me. Like, what the fuck did I do to make this happen to me? But then I look at my past. I didn't take care of my body. I still don't take care of my body, man.
We were doing unisoms and
unisoms and fucking, yeah,
right.
all that good shit.
Right.
While I crack this open. So we go out and we go to Voodoo Tuna in Lakewood, and like I'm trying to have a good time, but in the back of my head, all I'm thinking is lung spots, masses, cancer, and all this shit. And then Dr. Wagner and Lorraine, he's in North Ridgeville, the best doctor ever. If you're in that area, call him. That's the guy you want to go to. He called me 8 o'clock after he went off, or he was out of work, and he goes, yes, there's growths. Yes, there's spots. It's in your upper right lung. We just want to make sure they're not growing because we didn't have a CT scan or an X-ray in your past. And so I had to wait weeks. And I became an expert on pulmonary nodules. An expert on them, man. And there's this pulmonary nodule malignancy calculator that I found. And it's the size of your nodule, where it's located. And then I read if it's in the upper part of your lung, that's bad. I don't know why do you know why that's bad?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
The lower the nodule is found, the better your chances are that it's not malignant. And then I'm seeing all this shit about the upper nodule being bad. And then like when I got that news, man, it's just like it's just so weird how life goes on. And you're looking at people, like when I went to the bar, I was freaking out. And then, I mean, alcohol helps me relax. But then I got really pissed off looking at other people. Like, why the fuck are you having a good time? Why are you laughing? Why are you? And it's me being selfish and like fucking petty and like, but it continues. And then like I go home, and then like my kids come up to me, and they're really small. I mean, they're not small. My daughter's 9 and my son's 5. But then you think, like, if something bad happens to me, they're going to grow up without a dad. and then I get more scared, and you hope that I told Patty flat out, like, if shit hits the fan, love again, don't think that just because, I mean, whoever the next dude is has gigantic shoes to fill. But like, you're allowed to find somebody else. But then, like, when I put my kids to bed, you hug them a little tighter, you just stare at them when they fall asleep. But I finally and then this is something else that happened that, like, really fuck with my anxiety, because I'm thinking this is it. And then I come to terms thinking, okay, I may have lung cancer. This may be the end of me. How do I move forward? And I have life insurance and shit's fine. But you don't want to think about it at all. You don't want to think, like, this can't happen to you. It doesn't happen. It can't happen. But I go to the doctors, and it was after the 15th. I think it was another couple weeks. It was the end of May. That's what it was, because we went to vacation. We went on to North Carolina in June, the first week of June. And I'm thinking, okay, I get the CT scan and it's bad. Then I got to go on vacation and be a happy fucking person. How am I going to do that? So I get the CT scan, and within 24 hours, my doctor called and said, hey, it didn't grow. It's a calcified nodule. You're straight, basically. You're good. You're square. And then just a huge fucking relief that happened. And but like, when that's going on, man, how fragile and how quick that just bam, like that, it can all be taken away from you. And it's just fucking scary when you get that news. And thank God that, or whatever you believe in. My wife believes in the fucking stars, astrology. That's her thing now. But, like, like, I was fortunate, I was lucky, but at the beginning of that, when he was talking about my liver and everything, and I thought, oh yeah, liver's fine, whatever. And, like, I just didn't focus on that when I was here last time, that was still, they're still there. He felt that it was from, like, maybe like an infection or something I had when I was a child, or pneumonia, or maybe I got infected with just something. It's non-malignant. That's the benign. Yeah.
See?
I pointed at you this time.
Yeah, name that medical diagnosis, right?
But it's just a crazy experience, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't really make it funny at all.
I mean, you don't need to make it funny.
That's
not, it is one of those things where you realize, like, how fragile, like, this whole thing
and
that's going on,
taken away like
instantly.
That. Yeah.
And I've thought about so many times for different, like, because I've done some dangerous, stupid shit, like overdosing on Unison. But even more so than that, where it's like, you realize, like, all it takes just a split second. I mean, you could walk out, like,
pulmonary embolisms too.
Yeah, just
that,
instantly, like,
done
out of nowhere. And it's always that everyone. It's so cliche that it's like, well, it can't happen to me, and everyone says it can't happen to you.
It can't happen to you. No,
it can't happen to me until it happens, or it happens to a family member. Like, you see, people go through certain things, and it's like, man, like, there's no promise.
No.
There's no promises, there's no guarantees, there's no any of that. So it's like, it's always that, well, live life to the fullest while you're here. And it's easy to say when you're going through something hard, or somebody going through something hard. But as soon as it's easy, it's like, well, it's just another day. Like,
well, Tony, have you ever had to, like, deliver bad news to people, or how do you manage, and how do you stay strong when you do that? Like
when you say strong, you mean like, because
bedside manner, I guess.
I'm just very direct, and so I'm like, hey, I have something to tell you. It's not good news.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Like,
okay.
And I'm just very, very direct, and I definitely try and give them options, or let's say, like, hey, this is kind of what this looks like. This is kind of what your prognosis is. But I feel like direct and honest is the absolute best way to be. Just because I mean, it's bad news. It doesn't really,
Yeah.
honestly, it kind of doesn't really matter how you present it. It's still going to suck just as much when you get it.
Yeah, I can't think of like the medical professionals that have to deliver that news, and then afterwards you got to go to another patient that, you know, maybe nothing's bad happened to them, but then you think, I had to deliver this devastating news to patient A, then patient B, you got a staph infection or your toenail needs to be taken. It's just something stupid like that. But no, I mean, give you guys a lot of credit, man. I could never do that. Like, I would be breaking down and crying right beside that person.
I think my focus is like, here's the diagnosis, but like, here's what we're going to try and do to, you know.
Do you try to be optimistic when you're saying that stuff too?
Always, man. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a huge part of attitude in illness. Huge part. And I'm not saying that like someone that comes in with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, like put a smile on your face,
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, like
yeah, we have options. It's
Yeah.
good, but no, like they know what's going to happen. And does like when you deliver bad news, does anybody take it out or get mad at you? Or-
no, not really mad
really.
at me. I mean, sometimes they'll be upset with the situation, or you can tell they're trying to process it, and so you give them space.
Yeah.
Or they're just like, I don't understand this. Like, how could this happen?
And then ending the conversation when you're leaving. Like, I don't know how doctors, nurses do that. Here's what's going on. Here are your options. Okay, I'm leaving. How do you?
Yeah,
how do you know when it's
usually
over?
you're going to see them again, and so
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I'll follow up with you in X amount of days. You're going to come back in. If we ordered a diagnostic test, we're going to go over it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think there'd be a level of not necessarily callousness, but like there's got to be some kind of compartmentalization going on there too, where it's because it's a job they do day in and day out.
Yeah.
It's a terrible example, but like you take your car into a mechanic and they're like, look, like, yeah, you thought it was, your spark plugs are bad, but
Yeah.
guess what? No, your block's cracked. Like, it's going to be
You're on a waiting list to get a new engine.
yeah, it's going to cost you more to
Yeah.
it's going to cost you more than it is to be able to fix it. So like you're fucked.
Yeah.
I think I would think there had like a tiny little bit of just, this is the job. This is what it is. Yeah, it sucks, but like more than the average person. Like the average person, like you said, like trying to like walk up to somebody and be like,
And
hey, you have 3 months to live.
Yeah, and the outcome is dark.
Right.
Yeah. But I told my wife, like, if I'm ever in a situation where like I'm on machines or like give me life, keep me alive fucking forever. I don't know who anybody is looking forward to the hereafter, but like I want to live forever. I know I can't. And it's something that's going to happen. And then that's some scary shit, like what happens afterwards. And I mean, me personally, I just think it's lights out. That's it. Just like before you were born. That's it. And then but I'm not conscious when I do that. But I think it's just, this is like where I get my own head, man. And I fuck with myself so much. And like I start panicking, like, but I think it's like your eyes are closed and you're blind forever. But you're not conscious. You're not going to know. You have no idea.
Right.
But then you think like, where's the end game at? Where's it going to stop? And it doesn't stop. It's eternity. It's forever. And I mean, that's what my mind and my body was going through when I was thinking about like the lung spots.
Right.
And
Eternity piece of it.
Eternity, like forever. And you can ignore it for a while until you get that fucking roadblock that stops you and says, hey, you're human. It's going to happen, man. And then just me being me, I just try to make it funny and laugh about it. And I just remember telling my wife that, well, I might as well start smoking now. I might as well start fucking my lungs up, doing whippets and doing fucking duster, doing all this shit. Fuck my lungs. They fucked me. But no, I mean, unfortunately, like, I was a lucky one, man. It was nothing bad. And don't Google your symptoms.
That's a good takeaway from that.
Do not, because it will just end you. And
that's one of those things you're going to do it anyways.
yeah, it's going to happen.
But I mean, I think I can speak for everybody that I'm glad you there's no problems. But pondering your mortality can be
That's the
a
scary
heavy,
motherfucker, man.
that's a heavy
That's a
one.
scary one.
Can I ask you a maybe harsh or controversial question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So since then, have you been like, okay, what things can I do to check my health? Because I know last time you kind of made fun of, you're like, fuck, I don't feel like doing any exercise. This one time I did, and now I don't. Like, have you like really looked at that and said, okay, these are some things that I could probably work on?
I did probably the first month after that, and then I just stopped. Like I started not even looking in. I'm not even gonna lie. I ate good for a little bit, and then once like the prognosis and stuff like got behind me, I forgot about it, and it's just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't need to do that. I'm gonna go back to my regular life. And I mean, I still do that, but then I feel ashamed at times because I mean I have these 2 little kids, and I'm worried about I'm more focused on me having a good time. And I mean I had a good time way before I had kids and stuff like that. And I mean I'm gonna look like a dickhead and asshole about it. Like, hey, you've had chances. Whoever is speaking to me or whatever you believe in, saying, hey, chill the fuck out, dude. It's no, but I answer your question. Like I did it for a little bit, and then Sean, a good McMullen, he he gave me this whole like diet that I could do, and it was just plant based. He goes, hey, this is really going to help you out. That was when like my stomach issues were going on, and like this is going to help you out. And it was like bullet points, Word doc, everything to help me out. And then I look at it and do it, and it's just like one of those things. And I'll just say it, I'm lazy about it. I don't want to do it. And then you got people, I mean, there's going to be people listening or whatever, like saying, why not? Like, just fucking shut up and do it, But I mean, I don't have an answer for why I don't want to eat healthy. I mean, the answer is I just, I'm fucking lazy, and I have way too much fun drinking. And I mean, it's going to be hard taking drinks of beer now for the rest of this. I mean, whatever.
No, I didn't mean to. I stepped away for like the first half of this conversation, so
Yeah.
I didn't really know if there was anything that I missed. I mean, you could be living like the most healthiest life, and I would have no idea because I, haven't seen you for so long.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to like put shame your way. It's just one of those things that you have this experience, and then okay, what changes?
I've cut out like fried foods, stuff like that. I mean, I love meat, protein, chickens. I'll eat. I mean, not fried chicken or stuff like that. Chicken breast, I love that. I'll eat that till the fucking cows come home, man. But then red meat. There's like this. I love red meat, but then you hear high cholesterol or shit like that. With
There's so much out there. Like I think everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
But I think there's one thing, and we've talked about this a lot too. It's where it's not even necessarily like someone that has health conditions or anything like that, but someone just, I want to be a little healthier, or I want to lose some weight, or I want to do this, I want to do that. Anything with, your personal actions and your quote unquote diet, not like, like a diet as in like a fad diet, but just like what you actually take in. And I have incidentally like kind of found myself with an okay diet, because obviously we sit here and drink bourbon and drink beer and
hate everybody, whatever the shirt says.
Yeah. But like, it doesn't have to be, and this is what I tell like people that I've like talked with about like working out or anything, when I give them, back workouts or, but it's
your fault.
Yeah.
By the way,
don't you put that on me.
You could have stopped this years ago.
I will stop it right now. We'll go to the gym right now. Let's do it. No, but I think it's, you don't like people like, just like that instance where you're talking about the vegan or whatever diet. It's all plant-based.
Plant-based, yeah.
Like to go from where you're living now to all plant-based, even for me to do that, I'm like, fuck off. Like, I ain't doing that shit. Like, no way. Like, it's baby steps. It's all little things. Like say, you know what? Instead of it, like we've talked about it a handful of times. Instead of a 2 liter of Mountain Dew today,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do 2 20 ounces. And then I'm gonna get it down to 1. And then I'm gonna find something else because you have to replace it with something. You know, you can't just rip away everything, go cold turkey on all the things and just go straight to a plant-based diet. Like you have to slowly work it out of your system because it's not physical problem. It's a mental thing where you're like, man, like
it's addiction, dude. That's what plain.
And sometimes it's not even, I would say, even like a mental addiction. It's just a habit that you just have.
Yeah.
Like I'll walk around the house and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bored right now. And I'll reach and grab a cheese stick out of the fridge and I'm eating a cheese stick for no reason.
Cheese sticks are so delicious.
They're so good. But like, even when I'm like, I wasn't even fucking hungry. Why am I eating this cheese stick?
Do you go whole when you eat it or do you peel?
I peel it with my teeth. I hold it in a hand.
Psycho shit, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you have like,
how do
You eat it whole?
Yeah.
Like,
what was that?
that's-
What are you doing?
Oh,
How do you eat cheese sticks?
I have to get that camera.
Oh,
I have to
you
get
like
that
to peel
camera
them.
set up so we
Yeah.
can see you. So I can just like in times I can just like
Trying to keep
switch
this
it.
PG-13, damn
Yeah.
it.
Hell no.
But that's you have to take little steps. You can't just anybody who's telling you go cold turkey. Don't. Like
You said
it's
something
stupid.
that stuck with me last time. Talking about donuts. You know, instead of eating 3, eat 1.
Yeah.
Eat 2. And I mean, I go on walks. I take my kids to the park. I do little shit more than what I used to do. And like that excuse you don't have time for it. I mean, you got time to go on social media. You got time to walk to the fridge. You got time, like you have time to do all the little shit. Like just take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes and just do something small that's good for you, like good for yourself. And I mean, I'm not trying to lose 90, 100 pounds or whatever, but just something to get my blood flowing. And like during commercials on TV, do 10 sit-ups, whatever, you know, do a couple push-ups. And then like I'll play not Dance Revolution, but it's
Old school.
it's a game on the Switch I'll play with my kids. You know, I'll do that for 10 minutes or whatever. I mean, I'm fucking gassed. But
So you said you didn't want to, but actually you are very conscious of it and you're making these little
it's something
collectively.
It's just small. That's all it is.
But a
You
lot
have
of
to.
little things equals a lot.
Yeah,
so
like, I'm not gonna lose
You
it.
definitely have. So don't like
Yeah.
I feel like you completely discredited yourself.
It's because there's no physical results like of like my body. There, I mean,
Well, we couldn't physically see a lung nodule either.
the last time I was here, I was 320. I'm 299 now.
So
Yeah.
you lost
so,
21 pounds.
Yeah,
yeah. So
That's
you can give
physical
yourself
results.
some credit. 'cause
but
that's
if
important.
you do a side by side, there's no way you're going to see a difference in that.
Well, you were wearing a different shirt
I was wearing a
last time.
hoodie.
Yeah.
And socks.
And socks.
Fucking, why
See?
did you have to bring up socks?
Yeah.
I love socks. I don't like feet though.
If you could have socks but no feet, that's where you'd be.
Well, no. I'm talking. My mind's like with a foot.
Half a foot. We say that shit all the time now.
Half a-
We're like 3/4 of a foot, or it's only.
My God, my mom. Like, I was telling. Do you like? Are you Cassandra, Cassie,
My full name is Cassie.
IE?
Yes.
Okay. I guess a Y would be Casey or something.
Yeah.
It's okay. I've been at the same job for almost 13 years, and I have a coworker who's been there longer. She still calls me Casey. We work together.
13
time.
years and still.
And some people don't.
She even writes it wrong. She even writes Casey. Like, I think she just doesn't like my name. She writes Casey
She doesn't.
on my
It's against her
form.
religion.
She just doesn't like my name. But Cassie, Casshole is what I'm listed on the computer. So,
How'd you get
Doesn't-
casshole? I'm asshole.
I got.
yeah.
What kind of questions that?
It's also been casserole. I think that's my Snapchat handle.
I dig that.
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
casserole or the name?
Fuck me in the cast. That would be a good one.
Oh!
That's a little wordy.
That's a great
hashtag. I feel you.
That's your. I'm sorry for saying that. Seriously, I shouldn't have said that.
No,
I'm a part of the show. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's-
I'm not
I know,
like
it's just- Yeah,
No, you're
whatever.
fine. But yeah, baby steps, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Baby steps.
congratulations.
Baby
Like that's really
Yeah.
that's
No, that's
No, you're
really,
supposed
really
to be
big.
healthy. Don't fucking. You're supposed to do that shit.
Right,
Like,
but last time you were here, you were like, "Fuck it."
yeah, and the
That's
fact that you've
true.
lost
Right?
that
So-
weight. I mean, that's what? That's like
I'll-
8%.
I'll fucking find it again. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, but
No.
it's a little thing. So like I get that, like, you know, I like Sean and I appreciate what he was, and that he's trying to help you. What?
No, go ahead.
No, but like you can't, there are people that can do that. And some people are able to do that. And I'll be the first one to say, I don't understand those people because I wouldn't be able to do that. Is
Vegans?
just be able to cold turkey. I wouldn't be able to be a vegan either because I love meat. Love it. All that just every day.
Yeah.
I have to have meat.
If my
I did that on purpose. But like,
gotta
you
have
know,
meat.
but just be able to go cold turkey on something like that. Like that's not maybe because I do have that addictive personality, but
Oh,
I
I do
just know
hardcore,
that
man.
it's when you go that hard on something, it's only a matter of time before you go, fuck this. I'm
Well-
eating some fried chicken.
the last when if my wife was here, I went cold turkey. I quit drinking, like I was saying last time, and I lost a fuck ton of weight. And what I was telling you, it was 12 to 1,500 calories a day. That's what it was. And then it just got old, and I go, fuck this shit, man. And then it came all back.
Right.
Every single pound came back. But like my problem is just finding a balance of like eating right and still having, I mean, they're vices, man. Like life's fucked up. You got to have something to fog it up a little bit, you know? But just finding a balance of everything. And that's what is difficult for me about, excuse me, about losing weight and keeping it. Like I can lose weight, but I can't keep it off. Why can't you keep it off? Because you eat shit and it's just all this stuff, you know. I don't. Do you guys meditate at all?
I have.
Yeah, that has changed my life. I don't want to say changed my life, but just taking a few minutes, being by yourself, and just taking in the earth. I sound like a hippie, but no, just taking in the sounds and just appreciating everything, and just. And I don't do it for like half hour, hours at a time. It's just a few minutes and just breathing, breathe in the good, exhale the bad.
I think
Nothing.
there's something to that.
Oh, absolutely.
If nothing else, just that silence. And then especially if you, have you ever heard of Wim Hof?
No.
So Wim Hof, he's this, I don't know if he's,
Is he that crazy Indian dude that was like sexually assaulting
No.
all these? Okay.
no, different guy. He's like Swedish or something.
Yeah, I think he's Swedish.
Is he Swedish?
I'm a Swede.
So
Kind
he
of.
has this thing. He it's a little different, but I like to tie it in. He does like this cold thing where like he has like a book and he's I can't remember what they call him. I don't remember what his nickname is, but like he's all about like cold showers and like
I love
being able
cold
to
showers.
sustain like really cold water and all these things.
Yeah.
But it's through like breathing techniques where it's like these long, big inhales through your nose and like short, fast out through your mouth.
I do 5 and 5, 5 in, 5
So
out.
it's his like this method, but I'll tell you what, when you mix just being silent with some like good breathing for a couple minutes, it's like I don't know if it's the oxygen, you know, scientific. It's probably just like the overload oxygen that you're getting like through your blood, and
Something,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, like okay, yeah,
It
feels good.
Yeah, just taking that time to yourself and being quiet. I mean, you know, you love your children, but just go outside or something, you know, give dad a few minutes to himself. And I don't know, it helps.
I do
absolutely.
that. I when I was growing up, I was a competitive swimmer. So like, I just really like,
No shit.
yeah.
Ha-
Yeah.
I don't know
Shit.
why I'm all.
Shit. Yes. Shit. You not.
Yeah.
But so like the pool, like I really enjoy just that. I can't swim nearly as well as I used to because I'm just bigger now and I haven't done it in years and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
But like I love being underwater. So like I'll just do like some breathing stuff and just sit underwater for like, I don't know, minute and a half, 2 minutes, and just sit there.
You ever go in the bathtub and just lay under the water like that?
No, I have a hard time because I don't fit in the bathtub.
And neither do I.
I was gonna say you have a bathtub that you could fucking fit in because I don't.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
I'm
That's
saying
not-
I don't have a.
No,
Yeah, I'm saying you're a big guy. I'm
yeah.
a big guy. I can't fit in a fucking
I
bathtub.
put 3 drops of water in and I just kind of laid down. It goes over top. That's my shit right there. Me and my wife tried to take a bath together one time. Not like a sexy bath.
Right. Oh,
Like my back was making like the fucking fart noises. It just wasn't sexy at all. Not at all.
You need a giant, like all those, like
You need a fucking hog tank. Is what you need to get into.
I'm just saying, not you specifically,
It's
but
fine,
to
man.
put 2 people in a bathtub, like that's gotta be a big fucking bathtub.
It was. I mean, it was hot. Don't get me wrong. Like just the
The slipperiness.
slipperiness.
Of it.
God damn.
That's where he's going.
Fuck. I don't know why I'm fucking nuts about like oily, slippery shit. I
You need
fucking
have you ever seen those
love
people
it.
that get like kiddie pools and they just like take like a gallon of like lube?
You know exactly what it's called,
I don't.
but we're not gonna say it.
I don't.
Do you know what it's called?
Is it have a
God
name?
damn, I don't want to be the only perv on the neuro massage oil.
So you see how I pulled back from my mic here?
Yeah.
He's like,
No, I don't.
not going there.
I don't know.
Neuro.
N-U-R-U, I think it's neuro. Do not Google that because you're gonna get explicit.
Hold on, explain this.
Yeah. What?
It whatever. I don't fucking care anymore, man. No, it's like a very not oily. It's like, see, look, I'm gonna
Velvety?
react. Look, I don't like.
The first word after neuro, N-U-R-U, is slippery.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's a Japanese erotic massage technique from Japan.
Yeah,
See?
like naked bodies rubbing together, and it's all
Back,
slippery.
back to the massage parlors.
Exactly.
They do. They,
I didn't.
Full circle.
I didn't talk about the massage parlor last time. Remember? Because
Uh,
it was like
I-
fresh.
it
Well, I
was-
think we touched
I
on
think
massage
Tony
parlors,
brought
and
it
then there were
up.
some really
Deep.
off-color jokes,
Uh,
and then we kind of diverted very quickly from that.
I got a hand job from an Asian masseuse,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
can
Allegedly.
confirm. The masseuses rub their bodies against a client's body. Both parties are nude and covered with an odorless and colorless massage lotion.
Oh, so it's like a
You learn
massage
something new
with your
every
body,
day.
not your
Yeah.
hands. I
Yeah.
could see that.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's going to
okay, yeah.
lead to other things.
So it's like liquid or forward, just without the lube. People are just grinding on people.
I've never done it. Always wanted to do it. It just
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Patty.
exactly. She's shopping right now.
Yeah. I can get you-
She's getting the oil. I text. her.
Yeah.
Bitch,
But I
get
feel
that.
like, but like, where do you do something like? I feel like you have to have like a kitty, like
You can't do it in a hotel because your fucking security deposit will be blown.
right. You can't do it at your
How?
in
Yeah,
your-
what
in
the
your
kids are
bedroom.
gonna come. Oh my god. So my one morning after lovemaking, me and my wife had intense, passionate lovemaking.
It's beautiful.
I took my kids out to Dunkin' Donuts. And we were riding around, took them to a park, got back home, and then my daughter goes, "Why were you and mommy hanging pictures last night?" And I go, "What?" And she goes, "No, you guys were hanging pictures and mommy was crying and all this stuff." I go,
Oh,
"What are you talking about?" And she goes, "I don't know. We just hurt me and we call my son Bubby. So like she's like, me and Bub were like scared because mommy's going, ah, and then you hear like just pop, pop, just on the. Our bed sucks for fucking. It sucks dick for fucking.
You legit think you suck dick and fucking pussy?
Yeah, suck dick and fucking. It sucks ass because the headboard. I mean, I
Right.
put it together very fast because she was very excited to get a new bed frame, but it's like it's
Yeah.
not
I got a trick for that.
a pillow. We tried
No.
pillows.
No, you know what you do is you find the studs in the wall. No, you don't want to find the studs in the wall.
I don't.
It works really well. You find the studs in the wall, and then you cut a 2x4
I did the treated 2x4.
as in between, and then you screw the 2x4 into the studs, and then you screw the bed into the 2x4. So the
That
bed
bitch
is
ain't going anywhere.
bingo.
Well, no. Then Patty's saying she's like, well, it ain't going anywhere.
Might break some shit, but
tear the fucking plaster off.
no, that's why you got to find the studs.
I got a stud finder too.
There you go.
No, and then yeah, she's like, you and mommy were hanging pictures, and I texted like, you got to put some fucking pictures on the wall or something downstairs. But no, I told Patty about that, and we were just laughing about it. And there's going to come to a point where our kids are going to know that gross shit is happening.
Oh, they know.
They don't know what.
They don't know what,
is.
but they know something. Well, that's what was it.
My daughter's 9, my son's 5.
Your daughter probably knows.
I don't want to accept that she knows.
No, she might not know exactly. She knows something that is out of the ordinary is happening.
Well, it was scary movies before. Because she like, are you and mommy watching scary movies again?
Yeah.
And then so like it was an inside joke, like, hey babe, get some scary movies.
What was it? Isn't it her grandparents used to call it hanging shelves? Yeah. They would go and hang shelves.
Fucking hanging shelves.
Yeah. Well, what's different than hanging pictures?
It was my grandpa's 80th,
and they're hanging shelves at 80?
2 weeks ago.
As they were leaving our house.
You fuck at 80 years old?
I don't know. He said, I gave him some loves when he was leaving, and I said, what are you guys doing the rest of the day? He goes, I'll go home and hang some shelves. And I said, well, fuck, Grandpa.
Yeah.
You do you.
You go get it.
80 years old, just geriatric, just not. I'm
They
just
make
talking
meds
about.
for that. Miles is fine.
Yeah,
That's true.
I prescribe them all the time.
Yeah, see?
Cialis.
Your insurance won't cover it. You have to pay for it out of pocket. But
You guys ever? I've taken a Cialis before. Cialis. That is a very. It was like 2010 or 2011 when I taken it.
It depends on what. It depends on your prefix or your pre.
I've taken Cialis.
There you go. I like that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Past
isolate
participle.
that.
Past participle.
Yeah. Sildenafil. What's the other one?
Sildenafil.
Sildenafil. No, but that it's like the most intense, like a 13-year-old hard-on you had in high school. Like a cat could scratch that fucking like it is thick, pulsating.
That's a weird image.
Cassie's literally trying to get it out of her brain right now.
No, what?
The cat post image.
Yeah, the cat post.
Yeah,
just,
no, we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two
Anyways,
cats. They're
right.
beautiful.
No, whoa.
No, I don't get a fucking rod and go, hey, kitties, come on.
You wrap it with carpet.
God damn. I got to know them first.
Put a little catnip on it.
Yeah. Just rubbing and shit.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, it was funny. It was when I was doing tree work and I was in a bucket. I didn't take a Cialis to do tree work. I really love tree work, man. Fuck, I can't get enough of it.
Just slinging big wood.
Yeah. And, I forget who gave it to me, but it was 2 of the almond-shaped pills. And
what color was it? Was it like a yellowish?
It was like the outside ring of that ayahuasca person. Yeah, it was like a.
Do you know what milligram it was?
No. I mean, it was 11, 12 years ago.
Okay.
I don't. But he told me, he goes, man, just take half of it. And
You took both.
oh, I
Tell me you took both.
I took a whole one, and I thought like when you take it, swallow it,
No.
sprout a
No.
hard on.
Oh.
So I took half of the other one.
You did the edible route where you're like,
Yeah,
I ate
this
this
ain't
edible
nothing.
like hour in,
Yeah.
like, oh, shit ain't working.
And like it was the most painful hard on I've ever had. And like after, I mean, like I've completed, and it just didn't go away.
Yeah.
It just stayed there.
You probably had like priapism.
I mean, my dick didn't go to. Is that when it goes to the
No,
left?
No.
that's Peyronie's.
Peyronie's disease. Yeah.
Jesus, you guys are very familiar with that.
Well, we
Just
talked
rattle
about
it
it
off.
before. Yeah.
But the
I knew we were, because the word sounded familiar. I knew
It's
where
been
he was
mentioned on
going.
the podcast before.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we've mentioned that.
Josh Hurst.
Exactly followed by that name. That's how I
messed
knew.
up.
does
That's nice.
does he take Cialis?
No,
Mo-
we're
mo-
talking about something different.
Moving along.
Okay, moving
along.
along. All right, whatever. It's gonna happen to me one day. I don't know who gives a shit, you know. But it was Friday when I took it, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday I went to work, and then my
You're still trying to
pelvis.
put your pants on?
Yeah, no, I mean it went down
Just
and everything.
hanging towels.
But like Saturday, I would think dirty thoughts, and then
Boom.
pop up,
Yeah.
and then it would go away, or like I would be at a store and like a girl
The
with a
breeze
low
would
cut
come
top,
through.
and just yeah, and then bam, and then it was just embarrassing because like like in high school when you're putting books in
Yeah.
front and you're just pulling your shirt down trying to hide everything.
Can't wear swishy pants.
Hell
on this
no.
day.
Hell no. And then Monday, even like when I went to work, I was in a bucket, and then like the like on the bucket, just rubbing in there, like trying to get out of a bucket with a hard on with like grown ass men. It just what the fuck, girl? Like, no, man, I took a Cialis the other day, and your dick don't work. No, that was. I recommend that shit.
On that note,
Can we get sponsored?
Yeah, right. I'd sponsor that.
Cialis?
It's the best thing ever.
I'm gonna take a potty break on that note. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be the first
same
one to
here.
break the seal.
I'll break
I
it
feel
with
like
you,
it
buddy.
is. Okay, let's do
Yeah, it looks like we're all out of bubble gum, just hard dicks at this table.
I have a serious. We're back from the pee break.
Okay.
So I know you've mentioned it to me a couple times, and you said that, and it's real in the news lately.
Yeah.
With COVID, the Delta variant, all the
Yeah.
things going on, and the vaccines, and because I had a wild, not necessarily wild, but an interesting like thought experiment.
Thought experiment?
Yeah, thought
that
experiment.
hoe over there experiment?
No, not that kind of thought.
Okay.
Like an actual thought.
Sorry
like a
about that.
mind
Go ahead.
experiment. But you sent me a message the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. I mean, I took it as fairly serious. Because usually, like, you joke around, like, in person. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. Obviously. Absolutely.
Duh.
Have fun. But you said something about how you wish you didn't.
Yeah, it's just another thing, just my experience. And I mean, like putting like political views aside, if you want to do it and you feel right and you feel it's safe and you want to trust people, do it. But this is what happened to me, and then I'm going to say this, and again, like with the vasectomy story, if you're going to do it, but this is what happened to me. There was, I mean, this is going to lead into another story too. I don't know if I was influenced by media or if I was influenced by, I don't know. But I felt that I should get the COVID shot, and I had not the Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer. That's what I had.
Pfizer.
The 2-shot Pfizer. I got my first shot. This was I want to say in May. I got my first shot, and you had to wait 20 days, 21 days, I don't know. Do you remember? 22.
Yeah.
So 20 some days.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just under a month.
Yeah. And then I got my first shot. Nothing happened. I felt cool. Got my second shot, and for about 12 hours, it just felt like I had the flu. I was throwing up. I had body aches.
Oh, you were throwing up too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was maybe 1 or 2 times I threw up, but after 12 hours, I felt straight. But after I got that, I was starting to get panic attacks, anxiety. But the thing is, there was 2 other major things that happened. I had that vasectomy around that time. I had the coronavirus shot, and then there was a bunch of shit going on. My wife was trying to get help for ADHD, and I'll talk about that afterwards. But I'm not saying that the coronavirus shot gave me anxiety and panic
Right.
attacks, but it's just a wild coincidence that. But then, like I was telling you, like I don't know if it's my mind looking for a reason why I'm having anxiety.
Right.
I don't like, oh, that makes sense. But then there was other shit that happened. Like I tripped over, well, maybe that's why I'm having anxiety, or, you know, stuff at your job or whatever. But I had a normal life up until the point I had that shot. And then after that shot, again, I don't know if I'm just,
When did you get the vaccine?
I want to say the beginning, I got the first shot the beginning of May, and then the second shot was after my vasectomy, my vasectomy was May 23rd or something like that.
It's the beginning of June.
Yeah, around that time. And then, I mean, at the beginning of June, I was going on vacation. I just want to point out everything that was going on in my life. So, like, I'm not saying this is why it happened. But and then I'm talking about like anxiety and stuff. Like, you know, you don't got to be ashamed, or you don't got to be like, when I had anxiety, I didn't have anxiety as bad as I did now. But when it happened to me, like, you're a guy, you're not supposed to have anxiety. You're supposed to keep that shit in, you know, fucking suck it up, get over it.
Right.
It happens, man. You're you're allowed to be scared. You're allowed to, you know, be vulnerable, and you want to be touched and want to be hugged, you know, by your significant other. But yeah, I had that shot, and then like it, just something crazy mentally happened to me, and just being afraid. And like, I was never afraid before. I was never, I mean, driving fast, you're like, oh shit, I better slow down. Like, normal, not out of the, like, anything out of the norm. Like, just waking up was a challenge for me. And I woke up and like, you're just feeling like, fuck, I can't get through the day today. I need something. And then, you know, you forget about it. But then another thing to point out too, I quit taking the GERD medication, which is making my chest hurt, which is making me think, fuck, I'm having a heart attack, which is making me think I'm going to die,
Right.
which is making me think, and then stuff with Patty going on.
Right. So just real quick.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that, you know, because the reason I wanted to talk to you about this, because I have not gotten the, I know people that have gotten the vaccine. I haven't gotten it. And I'm not anti, you know, that's the biggest thing, is one of the biggest things I see in, well, that people will see like in the media, or, you know, all these different things, is like, well, if you don't get the vaccine, that means you're a fucking Trump or Nazi, and you're
all that shit.
Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many reasons. I have been vaccinated for many things. I am not anti-vaccine. I have some questions and concerns about how fast it was developed, which was surprisingly fast, which is great if it's good. I get that. But then there's also the fact that these companies can't be held liable in any way, shape, or form, because it's for emergency uses, and like, there's no repercussions even if you could prove the vaccine did do something bad to you, you can't do anything about it.
No.
So like, okay, that's kind of a little red flag. And then now where we're at, where it's, you know, at one point people were like, well, this is purely a pandemic among the unvaccinated. So it's like, okay, so if you're vaccinated, why are you worried about somebody that's not? Like, if you're good, like, then leave me the fuck alone if I don't want to take it.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then there's a lot of different layers where I think it's getting very generalized, that you know, the known fight in like in the media and all these different things. There's, if you know somebody that is vaccinated, or if you know somebody that's unvaccinated and you disagree with them, like, you don't have to just like jump on their shit because they're one thing, or they're like, let people, like, let, you know, bygones be bygones and all that shit. Like, if they're that good, and if all these things are what we think they are, then that's fine. You believe what you want to believe. You do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do. And as long as we're considerate, like, I'm not being over here like, I'm unvaccinated, I'm coughing in your face because I just got tested and I got COVID, and blah, like, that's ridiculous. But to like, for somebody that has questions and has these kind of concerns, and now it's basically established that, hey, even if you have the vaccine, they're saying this Delta variant is just wild and crazy.
I didn't even look into that. Like, what is the Delta variant?
So the Delta variant, I think, actually came, like, it originated, like, they originally found it in India, but like, and then it just kind of, it's just another mutation of the virus.
Like how the flu changes every year?
Yes, it's just another mutation, and they're calling it the Delta variant. So apparently the Delta variant
good headlines, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's more contagious and vaccinated. That's what's showing up in vaccinated folks, is they have it. That's like the strain that's showing up, because when they developed the vaccines, this is me hypothesizing and guessing, is that when they developed them, that they developed them on the alpha and whatever other variants they had. And as this virus changed, like, well, virus changes. It's just like the flu. You know, how many different strains of the flu are there? And they can only build the vaccine on the flu for so many variants. And so they don't know which variant is going to be prevalent that year. So like I guess my point is this conversation and this issue is so incredibly complex that if you are only taking one, news station or one individual person or one quote unquote expert, and that's the advice you're listening to,
Yeah.
man, you're putting yourself in a really bad position, because particularly if you want to be angry at other people, if you want to trust Mr. Tony Fauci, you go ahead and be my guest. I think it's questionable if he has, real integrity anymore after some things that came out. But regardless, whoever you want to trust, you trust, and you take their advice, whether it's your doctor or Fauci or Biden or Trump or whoever you do you. But the second you start being a fucking asshole to somebody else, like that's where I get like, and all of the things about like trying to track people and hey, you have to have a vaccine to do this or do that or do this. Like
that is the reason.
That's scary.
The reason I got my vaccine, discount tickets for Indians and possible discount tickets for Browns. And I am not fucking lying. That is the only reason I got that. And I'm just being honest about that. Not like doing my part for America or whatever the hell you want to say. I wanted discount tickets for sports events. And then, okay, like maybe I can't go into this. People be mad, whatever. I don't care. Like, that's why I did it. And I mean, my close friends know my political views and everything. If there is another shot that comes out, I am not getting it. Like, just not. And just because my experience would happen with the one I got now, and maybe it's safer or whatever later. Maybe I might change my mind later. I don't know. But like, if there's, somebody knocks on the door, I go to the doctor's office. Hey, this will take care of this, the Delta variant or whatever. Nah, I'm good for now. Just my personal preference. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the biggest things that we've talked about. At least we haven't talked about the vaccines and stuff a lot on here because we know it's.
Oh, it is.
It's yeah. I mean, I'm sure YouTube will flag this video. Like I said before, we're not.
Yeah, now talk about jacking off in a parking lot around whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
do not. About, yeah. Well, you know what? I'll just wrap it. I'll just slam it all together too. Ivermectin. There. That's for sure to get us fucking demonetized.
What's that? Afterwards.
Yeah, we can. But it's one of those things where like, man, like there's just, it's such a complex issue. Like to these people are saying that like, this is it. Trust the experts and be done with it. Like, whoa, then, wait a minute. Like there's just so many complex things that branch off of the news media, the government, I just saw like Pfizer, their quarterly revenues, this most recent reporting was like 7.8 billion off of the vaccine. And that was like 42% of their entire profits. So almost half of their profits.
I feel like I should be going, oh my God.
Like, no, yeah, it's like,
I
surprise,
don't know what that means.
But like, think about in a quarter, half of their profits were from a vaccine.
Okay.
That means,
in a quarter.
Yeah. In 3 months, all of their profits they had, half of them were from the vaccine. That means before COVID, their revenue was half as much as it was. So they've doubled their profits in a quarter because of the vaccine. So it's like, when did all of a sudden Big Pharma become like our lovely, fairy godmother that like just loved and cared about us and did the right thing? Like Big Pharma used to be like the big bad wolf that wanted to fucking kill everybody.
Still is.
Well,
thousands for insulin.
So and you're talking about like trusting the experts and trusting the doctors and shit like that, man. Like, I'll just roll into what happened with my wife. Around May, she was she was searching TikTok for just stuff. She showed me this video, and it sticks out plain as day, man. It's about ADHD. And it's one of those like put up a finger if you've like ever lost your keys, I can't remember all of it, but there was that. If you ever interrupted somebody,
check off list,
or put a finger down like that. And I was doing it for myself, and I'm like, yeah, I've had 3 of 5 of these. And she goes, no, for me. And then I'm thinking, like, who hasn't lost their everybody's lost their keys here, right?
At least once a week.
Yeah, at least once a week. But and she was telling me, she goes, I think I have ADHD. I want to get seen about it. And I'm like, well, if you think you have it, get checked out, you know? So she went and get checked out. And the process of getting checked out was like a questionnaire or something. I mean, I didn't get into detail with her about it at the time because I'm thinking, all right, well, something's wrong. She's going to get help. So yeah, it was basically just a questionnaire. And then her doctor prescribed just Stratera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
I got it the first
yeah.
try. That's
It's a non-stimulant. It's you know, it's not like Adderall. It's a non-stimulant. And then there was two. Well, no, there was one other one, just for like not anti-anxiety, but anti or not, just for depression or something like that. But this was in the beginning or the middle of May when that was going on, and she started. It was going to slowly build up in her system over time, and so she started taking them, and just it was completely normal.
and she was
different.
never like on anything ever.
No. And then we went on vacation. That was at the beginning of June, and hindsight 2020, you know. I was driving down to the Outer Banks, and I don't know if you guys ever go through the underwater tunnel in Norfolk or around Virginia. It's a tunnel that goes underwater, and we were going up to. We've had going down there. We was like 4 or 5 traffic jams, and my anxiety's building up, and I'm like, fuck, I can't escape, and just being closed in. And then we're going into that tunnel, and I see it. There's a sign that says "Last exit before tunnel." And I go, fuck it, I got to get out of here. I had to just
Get some air.
I thought I was going to die and just panicking and everything. And then she goes, hey, I'll drive. And then it was a red flag that came up. I'm like, oh, thank God. You know, that's fine. Because it's not that she doesn't want to drive. It's just, it's odd behavior for her. Yeah, you know, I'll drive the rest of the way in a place she doesn't know, in a place she can't. You know, I mean, yeah, she has Google Maps, but it's just different. So, I mean, there was a red flag there. She drove 2 hours. We got to vacation, and then, you know, we had a good time down there. We got back, and then this is where, like, shit started to go not sour, just different. Like, I remember at nighttime, she would just come up and sit on the edge of the couch and just talk, just constantly talk. And I'm not looking at her like bad, but it's just odd, you know. And like, I remember I even told her, but like I was texting my friends, I'm like, dude, she's talking like the people I used to sniff cocaine with, like like a fucking crystal meth person.
Right.
And I just, you know, I just brush it off like, yeah, whatever, she's just excited or something. And yeah, that week just things just slowly progressed, getting worse. Not like, and when I say worse and worse, not like
The progression of the difference.
Yeah. And then like she was going to work, and she'd come home, and like she would just be up and excited, and like it was like euphoric going on in her head. And like I'm beating myself up about it because I know now what I didn't know what was going on. And like, you just, you know, why didn't I notice these things? But no, she that week she went to work, and the straw that broke the back, you know, was Friday. She came home, and she always calls me every day after work, either a text or a call. There might be some times where she doesn't call, but it's like a habit. You know, if I don't get a call an hour after she gets off or something, it's like, you know, what the fuck's going on? And she didn't call, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know, maybe she's hanging out with friends or something. And then like she gets in, and then like her face is red, and she was just crying really bad, and she was saying like, these are happy tears, it's okay. But like she was just very up and animated.
She bipolar?
No,
She get
no,
okay.
she's not bipolar.
Okay.
No. And then
And is this on the Strattera or is this?
this is on Strattera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't taken Strattera in the past or whatever, but like when she was on that medication, and like the whole thing that fucking sucks, man. Like all she was trying to do was just get help for herself.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And like she didn't do this purposely. She was just trying to get better.
Yeah.
And so Friday happened, and she just kind of just went downstairs, just got in her cocoon or whatever. And she was downstairs for 3 days. There was some just stuff that happened in between that I won't talk about, but there was a coworker of hers called, and just kind of they brought me up to what was going on at work, and they told me what was going on at work, and just like me, it was going, holy shit, man, like that happened. And it's me being in denial and me being, no, this can't happen to me, this can't happen to her, like just, and it just sucks. Like I don't want to say I ignored it, but like, she's gonna get better, this will change. And it didn't get better, and it didn't change. And she, like, on the medication, she was up for probably, I think it was 3 days. She slept 3 hours and 72 hours. And the worst was Sunday morning. She I don't want to say got up, but it was around 8 a.m, and her coworker told me what was going on, and we just had to get her to the hospital immediately. And it was like what this medication done to her. And then like we got her there, and it's like I told you, man, just looking at the person you love so much in this world, and just you do anything for, and being completely helpless, and you can't do anything about it. And like I told you, it was fucking brutal. You can't do anything. Like you can't take the pain away from her. You just can't do anything, and you just got to sit and wait. And like it's not that, like that's not her. It's, again, I'll say, like, she was just getting help, and that's it. And she put her trust in this, and whoever it was, and like you just can't do anything. And me and the family made a decision, like, she needs help. So we the caseworker or whatever, hey, we're gonna put her in a 72-hour hold in the hospital. And then she went to the hospital, up like way way upstairs. And I got home, and the first day wasn't bad. I'm like, okay, she's getting help, it's good, everything's fine, she's getting help. And then visiting hours, I mean, they would only allow one person at a time for 2 hours a day. And we had to split it between myself, her parents, and her sister. And you couldn't have phones up in the room. So you just kind of had to coordinate afterwards. And like if all four of us wanted to go, it was 30 minutes apiece. And then then like my first day there, man, it was a white room, and there was no clock. There was a window, and like she was like starting to get back to herself. And like just like all I wanted to do was just touch her and hold her and hug her and all that stuff. And then we started talking, and we were like, she was laughing again, and she wasn't laughing in the past 3 days when she was, going through her episode. And then it was like, hey, your time's up, and you had to leave. And when I got home, I got the kids from my in-laws. They went to bed, and dude, that first night was some cold shit. Just like she's only a few blocks away, but all I wanted to do was break in, take like just come home. I got you. And you can't do anything, and all you got to do is wait. But then you talk to the doctors, and then they're saying, hey, we don't know how long she's going to be in here. And then that fucking kills you. And you just got to be patient. And then you're supposed to trust what, and I trusted what they were saying, but then hey, then again, hey, we trusted what this other person was saying, and then look at the situation that she got in.
Right.
But she got help. It's a daily thing. She's getting better now. It it's just something I just nobody needs to go through, and like like a tough guy attitude and all that shit aside, man, like dude, it fucking sucks not having your person with you, and just knowing that and it just stupid. Like I would take the kids and drive past the hospital and just, hey, she's right there, and I can't go there.
Right. So do you think there's a couple?
Okay.
I do want to talk about a couple of things, but so do you think there's anything outside of her beginning that treatment for ADHD and like that may have like led to that? Do you think that was like the kicker? Like, is that what started off, or is it just something that like once you like again you talked about kind of like these parallel things that kind of happen at the same time? And so when she started getting better, was she still like on those medications, or she stopped taking them, or like what?
Her doctors at the hospital took her off of Strattera, and they got her back on medicine that would help her. Yeah, she's not on anything for ADHD now. And I mean we have fantastic days now, and I mean I always love being around her, and she's my wife, like we annoy each other sometimes, but just to answer your question, no, she I'm not saying it's that TikTok's thing that started it. It's just the one thing that I noticed at the beginning of it. I don't know. I mean, she I'm forgetful too, but I don't know. I wish I would have paid more attention beforehand than, and like I wish I would have not ignored her symptoms. I wish I would have just said something sooner, besides just being blissfully ignorant.
Right.
Did she feel good that first week when you said she like was really chatty and she was just amped? Yeah, like did she think like this is working? I feel really good, and then all of a sudden it just was like no.
Yeah, she felt really good. I know she was saying like there was a quote that she told me that like music made sense to her. Like she could hear music, and there's like little stuff that like she was saying, and like it was just like it's a mental health thing, man. And what pisses me off about like people will say, I'm not saying you guys at all, no, yeah. Just in general, like how important mental health is and how much we can help, and I just feel people say that because they have to say it.
Right.
And it's just something that I wish we would look more into. And I just wish like as guys, man, like I was saying before, if you're scared, you're fucking scared, dude. Like if you're not feeling right, talk to somebody. Call me. I will bullshit your ear off all day. And like suicide helplines. I wish I had the number or something that it's going to get better. But going back to my like my first panic attack I ever had, which was in the past 6 months. I love my life. I would never do anything to end it. But when I had my first panic attack, it lasted, I don't know how long it lasted, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. And it was around midnight, 1 o'clock. I just like got up and I just started looking around, and then my vision started going down, and then you start feeling your heart just pumping through your whole body, and then you just feel like there's no escape. You feel that like I can't get out of here, and you just feel trapped. And I just remember I woke Patty up out of a dead sleep. I go, please just squeeze me as hard as you can. Please squeeze me. And that just grounded me and it calmed me. But at that time, when people are by themselves, it makes sense I get why people do that. I get why people make that step of escape, you know?
Right.
And which, I mean, that's being treated with me. Like, I'm scared to go out of a town. I mean, not now, but everything's getting under control. Everything's back to normal, you know, but I'm like, fuck, man, I have to travel sometimes. And what happens if this happens when I'm not around my rock, you know? And then when she was in the hospital, it's like a lot of shit, you know?
Right. Well, I think too, it's, you know, it just hit me now when you said something about looking up or being able to know the suicide hotline stuff. That, you know, some people don't have somebody right there with them all the time. You know, and like sometimes you just need to, like, for some people that you get in those spots, and I've mentioned it at least twice, I think, on the show now, that one of the quotes that we use for a lot of our clips was, you know, it's me saying, like, you know, I realized, like, this might be my last fork in the road. And Tony's like, he responded, and this was like maybe like episode like 3 or 4, like early on. He's like, get busy living or get busy dying.
Yeah.
And that's like, and that was referencing a conversation. I don't know if I spelled all the time, but it was a conversation with my mom at the time where I said, like, she's a social worker. So she
you're closer with your mom, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the time, she was like, well, I was talking with her with some stuff and not pretty, like the pivotal point in my life. And she said, you know, well, have you ever thought about suicide? And to that point, like, I really, not like seriously, but it hit me that it was like, oh, no. But in that split second, it was like I almost like got fast forwarded like 5, 10, 15 years where it was like, no, but I'm well on my way. And I just realized that when she asked me that question, it was like, I am I'm heading down that road. And that was like
offing yourself?
Of seriously considering it. Like, if I continue to go down this road, that it's very likely that I could find myself there.
Was it like drugs and alcohol you were on, or just what was going on?
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay.
There's a lot of things that are all kind of culminating together. But when she asked me that, it hit me that it was like, not yet. But if I fast forward 5, 10 years, I'm on that path. So it was like, that's what I meant by that when I was like, I realized at that point in my life, like, this might be the last fork in my road to going down a really, really dark path or trying to do something to better my situation and, you know, into a better path. So it's like,
which did take some medication and some therapy originally,
so,
you know, so it's not just like you decided I'm going to,
it wasn't something
it was definitely there was help involved.
Right.
Sorry. I didn't want it to just be like, he was like,
no,
I'm better.
Hey, I'm good now.
I'm fine.
I was going to get there.
Yeah.
It took a long time. It took a lot of work. And to your point about like guys being like, oh, like, cause that's how I was raised. Like, I was just, you know, fucking walk it off. Like, and I get that. And sometimes, guess what? You need to fucking walk it off. But there's also times, you know what I mean? Like, there's also times where it's like, you know, I got to the point where I was doing really, really good after that. I mean, my life was still not great. It was still pretty much in shambles. But like the inner me was progressing and doing really, really good. But then I got to a point that like the good started kind of like, all right, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here?
Yeah.
And it started kind of like, everything just kind of started like dimming down. And it was like, man, like it was when her and I had been separated for a while.
What?
And you got to listen to the relationship podcast one. We talk about, that's what I talked about before. But we, like, even like, she was like, look, like, if you need some help, like, I can get you to talk to somebody. And it was, I went in and talked to somebody briefly or whatever. And I was like, and it just hit me. I said, you know what? It feels like my brain's just going through this cycle. And I just can't break this, like, just this negative cycle in my head. And I was like, no matter what I try to do, like, I know that I'm in it. Like, I've realized, like, I know enough that I know I'm in this negative cycle and I just can't get out of it. Like, I don't know what to do because I'm just caught.
Yeah.
And he said, well, and he gave me something, but it was super I don't even know the right words for it, like not abrasive, but it wasn't like super strong. It was just, hey, I think this will help you. It's not going to be a super upper or anything crazy, but it might help you break that cycle when you need it.
Did you feel like they were pushing medication on you?
No,
Or no.
This guy was really good.
Okay.
He was a really good dude. And he even said something at one point during the thing. He's like, well, you're going to have to do this, that, whatever. And I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. And then years later, I realized, like, well, maybe not years, but it was a while after that. And I was like, God damn it. It was when I hit my next roadblock.
Okay.
It was exactly what that guy said. He's like, you're going to have to confront this. And I was like, this motherfucker, like
the thing.
I'm going to have to confront that finally. But it took a while to get there.
Yeah. And they're professionals, they know, but then going back, you got to put your trust into them that they know the best for you. And then every human body's different.
Right.
There's no mold. There's nothing. It's just, that's the hard thing.
Well, I think to that point,
yeah.
I think if you find somebody that's really a quote unquote professional that's good, is from a bunch of different fields that I've seen, they're going to encourage the patient to not necessarily figure it out themselves, but they're not just going to say, here, take a pill. Here you go.
You're done.
Take some drugs. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Out the door. Like they're going to try to like start out. If you do need like something, or if they're offering you something, it should be like at the bottom of the rung.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't just start out, it's as a terrible of an analogy this is.
I love it.
Yeah. You don't start out when you're 16 drinking single barrel 134.2 proof Jack Daniels.
Depends on who you are, but
speak for yourself.
But you know what I mean? Because you know what's going to happen when you do that? You're going to puke your fucking brains out. And it's like, no, like, hey, start out with basically water and piss beer, natty. And work. This is pretty strong. It's stronger.
6%? What is it?
Yeah, it's like 6%, like 5.9, something.
God damn.
But you start out small. Like, and I think a good physician, therapist, whatever, should start off small and be like, okay, let's try this little thing and let's ramp it up from there. It's not, let's start at the top and fucking do some fucking heroin right off the bat.
Incremental step process of low and slow. Can I ask a question? So you were saying it sounded like that she was in maybe a manic phase, if you will.
Yeah, it was complete manic and mania. Yeah.
And so, do you guys think that this was completely secondary to the Strattera? Is that what you're? Or do you think that there was something underlying there, which is why I asked if she had a diagnosis of bipolar?
She seen somebody afterwards,
okay.
And there wasn't anything bipolar
okay.
with her. The side effects of the Strattera matched what was going on with her, which was those manic mania. Mm-hmm. But the thing was, like, it was in a small percentage, of like less than so many percent of what happens.
Just an anomaly, basically.
Yeah. And like when I looked it up, and then my mind was thinking 99% normal, 1%. This can't happen to my wife. It's not happening. And then it's not her. But that stuff happens. But yeah, it was complete mania. That was she was going through.
So once she got off that Strattera, she was baseline good, back to normal.
Yep.
Still. I mean, is she still having some of the ADHD or ADD?
Nothing out of the norm, man. Like,
okay.
I mean, I've been with her 10 years. Just nothing out of the norm,
So here's a little hope for you guys, though, because you hear that, and I know you said you put your trust in that, and obviously, I feel like that person probably wasn't trying to maliciously harm your wife with prescribing this, but you're also like, there's got to be something better here. Like, we're throwing these medications at people. Everyone's body's a little bit different, metabolizes medications a little differently. So they started to come out with genomic testing. So you would take this test, and basically it would send me back a panel and, hypothetical 175 different medications. And it would say, hey, this is how you metabolize this medication. This is a good one. This isn't a good one. And so that you can kind of custom tailor how that prescriber would prescribe that medication to you, so that things like that hopefully wouldn't happen in the future.
Yeah.
And so that's something that's it's on the horizon. I just talked to a guy the other day who I'm actually going to try and get on the podcast. that is a representative for one of those companies, and I think that's very important with especially with mental health medications, but any medication in general, just because everyone's body's so unique and how we metabolize those medications.
Well, it's just like Chantix, right?
Oh my God. I've taken Chantix, but I've had.
Did you have?
I've had the weirdest
Dreams,
lucid, like real life dreams of. Like, it's so crazy.
If patients have severe depression, or if they've ever had any suicidal ideation, like, we do not prescribe it. But we've had, like, I have talked to a patient who called in and they are suicidal from and then we have so many that actually stop smoking or take it and literally don't change anything in their life. But for one medication to be able to cause suicidal thoughts for somebody is just insane.
Yeah, Chantix worked for me.
Yeah. But I've talked to, I think, 2 patients in the 12 years. I don't really talk to patients anymore in the nursing office that I'm in, but they're like, yeah, I'm having, like, it is dark. Like, I need to stop taking this. I don't, and
then where do you go from there?
Yeah.
When you get that call, I was like, the bad news, like I said, like, how do you, I guess being trained in that stuff. And I just couldn't imagine how, if I was in your guys' shoes, when I got the phone call, hey, like, this shit's bad. What do you say?
Well, luckily, I would put them on hold. Yeah, let me have you talk to the provider.
Look up like place they could call, like someone, like, just in case. I mean, that's a good. I think it's a good idea. Well, I think it's so important to like you said, like, and Tony's mentioned, like, everybody reacts to things completely differently. Like I'm like I have like phobia of not phobia of doctors, but that's way strong. I put it way strong. But I just don't like going to doc. Like, I feel like, you know what? Like, if I'm,
do you associate that with bad news if you go to the doctors? Because that was my problem.
No, not necessarily. I feel like I will say I am in the, like, that stereotypical man sense that you talked about, just walking off like, hey, if I don't have something leaking out of my body that shouldn't, or if something doesn't, like, really feel weird, like, screw it. But I've also had instances where I've gone to doctors like that, like, hey, I have this problem. This is what I did. I feel like this is what happened. And then, like, particularly with when I was really big into powerlifting, like, I would say,
were gigantic.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So,
like,
like,
in a good way,
but, like,
not a bad one.
Yeah.
In a bad way, you were gigantic.
But you know what I mean? Like, you don't get that way, and you don't get to that level without understanding your body. And it's like, for the most part, like, because I'm one of those people, I dig in, I learn it, and I understand it. So, like, obviously I'm not, doctor level or anything like that, but I could tell them, like, look, this is what I think it is. This is why. This is blah, blah. And they'd just be like, oh, it's probably this, blah, blah. And they would be like, I'm like, no, like, dude, you're not listening to me. And then they'd always comment like, oh, man, I wish I had a body like yours. Well, you know how I got this? Because I know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm trying to communicate to you. So stop treating me like I'm just some person that, like, doesn't understand what's going on with my body, because that's why I'm here. And then they just treat me normally, and it'd be out the door, and it wouldn't fix it. So it'd be like, well, fuck these guys. They don't listen to me anyways. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just recently, kind of a side note, like, I had shoulder problems for a long time.
Left arm chest pain.
No,
bam,
right.
go in there.
No,
right
this
arm.
was right. But like, I finally found somebody that, like, listened to me, and they're like, oh, this is what I think it is, this, that, whatever. But you know what? I know somebody that really specializes in this. You're going to have to go to a special MRI place because of your muscle density and this, that, whatever. And here's the 2 doctors that you should see because they specialize in this. And it was like, yes, that now you're talking, because you're listening to, like, hey, there's something wrong here. That's not just like, I twisted my finger. Like, no, like, so, like, understanding that, and we've talked about it quite a bit too, Tony, on the podcast, where it's, these physicians and different people that, you go to school, you become a physician. And I'm not knocking that, because
no, not at all. They're
obviously more than likely much more intelligent than I am. They obviously went to the schooling and everything else. And they know a lot
in that field. They're more intelligent than you.
But
allegedly,
they're not trained for everything.
No.
And so, like, just to be able to, like, a family doctor trying to, figure out all of the neurological problems in the brain, or all of the over 200 bones that are in your feet and all, like, whatever it is, like there has to be specialists, and just say like, yeah, throw a drug at it, or no, it's probably this, don't worry about it, or whatever. That's why you get second opinion. Like, it's just
the thing that fucks with me is I think they just want money, and then the only reason they're wanting to have me have more tests, hey, they want that extra 1,000 for the CT, they want that extra 1,000 for the PET, they want.
I think some of that is too.
Well,
some of that's insurance though too, where your insurance won't pay for a CT scan until you've had an X-ray, until you've went to physical therapy.
For my sorry.
No, so it's these, and the doctors, they know what the insurance is going to cover. They know that this X-ray is not going to show shit, but you have to have it before we can get, the MRI that's going to show your nodule. And it's just, we just have to follow, we're stuck in the hoops of fucking insurance. Unless you want to pay out of pocket. No one can afford that shit.
Because I had to have for my nodule, it was a PET scan. And everything I was researching and looking, once you have to go to a PET scan, that's worse than a CT, because then they're thinking that something's wrong. And then the PET scan will show, like, it'll light up, or does it light up, or the nodule will light up. And then I'm scared, so I'm like, fuck, I have to have this to rule this out. And then, I mean, I had it done, but
boss.
Yeah, Patty's here, I think. I don't know. Fuck.
You can answer if you want.
I don't know what to do.
Answer. We'll cut it out.
All right.
It's back from the potty break, but yeah, I'm a Taylor guy.
Taylor.
But I honestly, but it's funny that I say that because
Miles just like completely pushed the microphone.
No, it's fine. It could swell. Yeah, whenever you're ready. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the fourth mic set up. Patty has joined us.
What's up?
She's hanging out with us now, just like last time.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Just a nice little
right at the end.
Yeah, nice little end cap.
Like sprinkles. Like, I'm just a little extra.
There you go. Yeah, like, so I it's funny that, like, I said I'm a Taylor guy, but I've never owned a Taylor guitar. So I don't know how I can rightfully say that. I've always wanted to own a Taylor guitar, but then years ago, I was on Craigslist.
There we go. Okay, now we're good. We can do it now.
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah. Years ago, I was on Craigslist and I saw this ad for a Martin guitar, and it was like, this kid said, "Hey, I'm in college. I need extra money. This thing's basically brand new. I need to sell it." And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then I started looking it up, and I was like, oh, that's like a $1,200 guitar.
Yeah, they're expensive guitars.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like, and I like, as well, if it's nice and new and as you say it is, like, I'll give you $600 for it.
They sell it to you?
I totally thought he would be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, okay. And I was like, well, I can't. So then when I went and saw it, and literally I pulled it out of the case, he literally just bought this thing.
Was it hot?
I don't know. I don't care. It's a guitar. You can't. It's not like a bike where they could trace that shit. Yeah. So I was like,
look at me trying to be cool. Was it hot?
Yeah,
man?
I don't know. I've had it for at least probably 7 years now, and it's now. It's a great guitar.
It's no Paul Reed Smith though.
I don't know. I not enough about guitars. It was funny. I was listening to Godsmack today, and I was like, Miles was right. The Godsmack's drummer's not that good.
See? Okay, thank you. Like, it's.
Well, I think I go back to that little riff. It felt to me, I could connect with the Godsmack drummer, where it was like, I feel like he's like, man, I'm being held back, guys. Like, and he had a little tiny window to shine, and it was like 5 seconds. He drummed his little heart out, and they're like, all right, now shut the fuck up.
It's on the song Whatever, when they break into, not the bridge, but because I went back through the catalog, and I'm like, I guarantee you it's in this song, because it's just like a like, that's all it is. Like, it's 4 notes or like 8
but
notes
it was
or something.
when you compare it to the rest of the song, it was like they had like a little. I almost like I like imposed myself on him, where he was like, he had like, I felt like during the writing process of the song, they were like, all right, you get 6 seconds right here, and he was like, he started doing his thing, and they're like, all right, stop now. I'm like,
wait, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
It's like, man, I just felt like he was like a little bird.
Yeah.
Or like a little caterpillar that wanted to just bloom into a butterfly.
Was he a swallow, man?
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what I liked about it. Maybe that's why I liked it, because it was like
It-
it was somebody. I felt like it was like, there's somebody really trying to do something, and everyone was trying to hold them down.
So what'd you do?
Fine, you're gonna be like
I bought
10 months.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a surprise.
she bought more plants,
More.
which is gonna fill your house, Miles.
Have you ever seen the Goosebumps episode about like stay out of the basement? That's my house, where the dad's like growing weird shit.
Weed.
I mean, now we know that as an adult, but like,
Yeah,
he
we're
turned into a plant man.
that's the weirdest thing is I actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like,
Yes.
yeah, we're stay. Well, I think I read the books, but we're like
Yeah,
the plants were
stay out
like
of the basement.
we're like alive,
Yeah.
and they're like
They
going to
took over.
attack.
Yes.
It's creepy.
So, I mean,
Um,
hey, we all have our superpowers. Why are you judging mine?
Yeah. So I don't remember where exactly we left off, but I do.
The
Well,
Stratera stuff.
yes. So
Yeah.
So I do. We were talking about. I kind of told my story about the whole
Yeah.
suicide thing and whatnot. So we do just want to. Anybody listening to this and whatnot, is it up on the screen? You got it.
Yep.
So obviously there is a national suicide prevention lifeline. 1-800-273-8255. And I remember I always being that whole like manly thing that you don't talk about your feelings. That was totally mean. I get that. And I remember like hearing that and it's like, well, you need to fucking call somebody, you pussy. But like, as I get older and as I've gone through these things and realizing that sometimes like you don't have somebody beside you that like is a friend, that can, you're just there by yourself. And particularly like in the last year with COVID and everything, like I as ridiculous as it sounds to some people, like these people, single people with an apartment by themselves and the depression and all these things, like sometimes you do just need to walk it off, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody. And at the same time, and like sometimes you need somebody that cares about you, or just somebody is telling you to walk it off. You can't always just walk it off by yourself. Like in the guy sense of like talking shit about each other and like making fun of each other. Like sometimes I'm, being a big old bitch and Tony's like, hey, you're being a big old bitch. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you need somebody that cares about you to say, hey, in whatever way you receive it, like, hey, I care about you. This, that, whatever. Maybe it's probably not always best to be like, hey, you're being a big old bitch right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's
Fuck you, man.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what that person needs.
Yeah.
Works wonders with my patients. I tell them exactly that. I'm just
So
joking.
with
No, I mean, it just that what is that quote about people don't, what is it? People don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Yeah.
Like that's something that pops in my head. But something else, going back to the point of something both you guys said when it came to, someone that, hey, I have to tell you something intimate about my life in terms of, this is something that affects me, my health. Both you guys, you said you really relate to someone that listens. So like that was a huge cue that I heard. And that's something how, when I practice, I actually listen. And so I think when you're, I don't want to say shopping, but when you're looking for a good provider, and this speaks to providers or for patients, you want to find someone that truly listens. The other part of that too is, I'm a very divergent thinker when it comes to practicing. If it's in a box, I'm allergic to it. Like I don't want to have anything to do with it. There's ways that you prescribe and there's, ways that you do things, but everyone is unique and different, which is awesome. That's what makes the world an interesting place. But so if you're seeking out a provider, I would say, try and find someone that truly, cares, someone that truly listens, and then, someone that's not afraid to go, hey, maybe we should consider something else, or that also knows their limitations. And so going back to what you guys were saying with primary care, you have to know a ridiculous amount of things. That's why specialists exist.
Like what you're saying about like somebody that listens and cares, like that's a scary thing. Because if you have somebody that's at their lowest point and being completely vulnerable,
Sure.
and then you have a provider saying things that they want to hear, and then like, okay, this person's here to help me. This person's gonna, and then shit happens.
lots of shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But-
say, that's like a unicorn. Like that is the goal, but how you get there?
And the thing,
Easier
like,
said than done, I guess.
like-
a lot of people give up before they can get that provider.
Yeah.
and just like how long it takes too, because I mean I've been right beside her the whole time, and then it's just been like this whole leave that she's on is supposed to be healing, and like I'm not going to go into specifics about it, but it's just been fighting, not us, but just on the phone, and she has no time to just relax and take in the world.
Right.
And like just places that you work. Yeah, I don't. No, we can't get into that.
No, but at the same, it's hard because it's that balancing act you talked about. You have to have a little bit of everything.
We're jaded right now. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like hardcore jaded about like it's not that we're not negative about like
We
it's just
are the worst case.
yeah that,
Murphy's Law is us.
yeah. But you were saying, sorry.
No, I'm just saying you have to have that balancing. At least, obviously, I'm not. I run a stupid fucking podcast. But
It's a successful with your millions and millions of listeners. All right,
not true. But
it's gonna happen, man.
But-
Manifest that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Get it
Yeah.
out there, man.
yeah, well, share it with your friends.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe, or
Yeah.
whatever the hell.
You know, subscribe and sharing is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But we're commercial over.
Come on,
Yeah.
city streets, man.
Yeah, city streets. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think like it's that balancing act because I've realized, you know, the discussion that, you know, we had a little earlier, that it's, you can't be all one way or the other. You can't be completely dependent on, you know, the physicians and, you know, the medications, but you also can't be completely dependent on yourself. You have to find people that can support you. You have to be able to give up a little of that pride,
Yeah.
and to be able to talk about it. And you have to be able to find people that can listen. You know, it's not just a one's cure for all the things. It's putting all the pieces together. It's hard. It's difficult. So you have to have a little bit of that every once in a while. You have to be able to have that in the back of your head, like, fucking walk it off. I need to walk it off right now. Fucking
Right.
walk it off. And then sometimes it's okay to say, oh, fuck, I'm tired of fucking walking it off. I need something else. And maybe it's that person that, you know, you can reach out to and talk to, and they can listen to you, but at the same time, not take advantage of them. There's so many pieces of the puzzle that it's not just one thing.
Like a partner too. Like you need
Yeah.
that. And I just
That's it.
Yeah.
I like would be completely lost if you weren't here. Like it just, I mean, when you weren't here, just what I was saying earlier, just about like just you not there is just scary. That's all. Just no, like I was talking about my panic attack when I'm like, just hug me. That's all I need. And then
Sometimes that's all you need.
that is, yeah. You can hug me anytime, Fred.
I'll hug you, bro. You know, I think that's a phenomenal place to end this on, unless you have something that you really wanted to get out.
Not really get out. I'll just tell you afterwards 2 funny stories.
Okay.
Do you want to hear them or no?
I mean,
Now or
it
later?
doesn't. Either way.
But this is a really good time to stop,
This
though.
is a
It is.
This is a good time.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes all you need is to be squeezed really hard.
Yeah.
But find someone that can do that. I know it's not easy
Yeah.
to find that
I
person.
know it's not hard.
Yeah. And
right
some-
there.
Right.
I know it's not hard. Right.
Thank you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us on this episode.
Appreciated as always, and if you have any questions, comments, ideas, or guest suggestions, leave them in the comments after you subscribe to the channel, or visit chroniccuriosity.com to get in contact with us.
And the store, which you can pick yourself up some fantastically curious merchandise.
Until next time. That's it.